Uh-oh. I can't hear anybody talk. Uh-oh. Well, I know my players can hear me, but you guys will have to give me half a second here while I fuck with some of my stuff.
Coffee, coffee, coffee!
There we go. Now I can hear people. You gotta love that fucking Windows 10 update. Ladies and gentlemen, hello. Welcome to episode 2 of Out of the Abyss. I am your game master. My name is GeoQuester, or Jeff, or Mr. Game Master, or pretty much anything.
Shithead.
Shithead works. Shithead works. That's a definite name that we can play with today if you really wish to tempt me, Mr. Tebow.
That's entirely circumstantial.
Like poking a bear, man. Don't do it.
Yeah.
You still didn't respond to my private message about the cursed item.
I know. I will get to you on the cursed item front when I have 4.5 seconds to sit down. All right. Before we start, since we're going to talk about sitting down. Before we start, let me go through a couple of small announcements. All right, the first one is actually the good news announcement. The good news announcement is June 1st starts the playtest of The Grim and the Wicked. If anybody wishes to be a part of The Grim and the Wicked and is willing to sign a non-disclosure agreement, not record it, not stream it, or any of the rest of those wonderful things, then please be sure to hit me up. I'll post it in chat for everybody. A number of the people who are actually on my table today are actually already in the playtest, and they're chomping at the bit to see packet number 1, which comes out on June 1st. Piece of information number 2, which is was just brought to our attention by one of our lovely members in our Discord channel. For those of you who know who Total Biscuit is, he was a YouTuber. He did a lot about games and all sorts of things. I mean, he was on the cutting edge of YouTube gaming before there was a YouTube gaming. And he passed away today of cancer. His battle with cancer has claimed him. So, ladies and gentlemen, Total Biscuit is now passed on. So let's take a moment of silence for that. All right, now the moment is past. All right, last but not least, number 3. Tomorrow, Susie Q has a very important appointment. It's not for her. It's actually for her stepfather. Her stepfather has been fighting diabetes and many other health issues for years. And the diabetes is beginning to riddle his body, unfortunately.
Beginning?
Well, you hear in the background, beginning? Okay, has gotten to that point where his body has begun to fall literally apart.
Begun?
And he is having his leg amputated tomorrow. So Susie may be around. You may see her this next week. You may not. It all depends on, once again, he has lots of health issues. He may not come through the surgery. So Susie is going to go sit with her mother and her sister tomorrow at the hospital all day, and we will find out what happens with that. So there we go. That's
dun, dun.
Yeah, dun. That is what is going on here at the moment. And yeah, I know, kind of a sour, weird ass note to start off a game on. But Susie, stop it. The public does not need to know that you have a cold heart.
It's not a cold heart.
Anyway, so let us continue on. What we're going to do is, since we haven't played in 2 weeks, we will go ahead and we will introduce all of our players and their characters, and we will go from there. So let's start off with Chi-Chi.
Hi, I'm Chichi. Most of you already know me. Hi, I am the Turtle Monk, and I am played by the one, the only, the Susie Q. If you don't know me, Google that shit.
Please note, Susie is mixing tequila and Pepsi for her drink of choice for the game this evening.
What?
Ew. Emphasis on the tequila.
Don't worry.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I googled Susie and I found her $5 an hour.
You found it.
Exactly.
Oh,
$4.99.
I just found the $29.99 site. Where's the cheap site? I didn't know
You're
she
on the
was
wrong
selling
site.
herself so short. Oh,
Look.
Well, the
Don't
the
be hating.
$30 site, that's the good one. Okay, that's the real good one. Yeah,
Exactly.
the $4.99 one, that one's the introductory. You can't handle, the $30 one kind of. This is just a taste. Susie's
wonder
gonna
I
be bigger
passed
than
out.
Satine Phoenix. I swear to God. She's a porn star without ever appearing in any. That's gonna be amazing. All right, so let's go with Catal Leak.
I am Katalik, the Svirfneblin mage. Currently trying to figure out my role in all this area here. I am played by Insidious Inc. Fairly new gamer, but just super happy to be here. Thanks for having me, Gio.
Not a problem. Alrighty, let's go with Mist.
Hi, this is Mark. I'm playing Mist, who's a Tabaxi rogue. I'm a longtime listener, longtime player. And my favorite thing in the world is my fan, Fury Fate.
Who is in chat right this second. I see her.
Flattery will get you nowhere.
Well, we hope. We hope it gets them somewhere because I'll recap
Cursed
that.
by her. How much worse could it get?
Well, let's see.
Oh my God!
Mist
You had
has
to say that.
Well, here, since you mentioned that, all right, Mist, you have a cursed item on you. It is a ball of string. And this ball of string will force you to do two things. Well, actually, it has 3 powers to it. All right, so the first negative power to it is during very important negotiations, randomly, you will need to make a wisdom saving throw versus a DC that I have in my head. If you fail this DC, then you will need to replace specific keywords of your choice with the word meow each time.
That's fucking awesome.
Okay.
Classic.
The second thing is anytime you roll a critical hit or a critical failure during combat, so a natural 1 or a natural 20, you must make yet another wisdom saving throw. Or else you are going to be distracted by your ball of yarn for 1 turn. Now, the good power of it. The good power of your ball of yarn is that you can throw it as a thrown object up to 30 feet and entangle somebody if you hit them with it.
Nice.
So, there's our first person with a cursed item that was bought by chat for a player. Speaking of cursed items, let's talk to Sam Flintraiser. Hi, Sam.
Hello.
Tell us about you.
Well, I am the Great Malenko in Discord, aka Genghis Tebow, aka Ron, and I am playing Sam Flintraiser. He's a Snurfneblin, and he's a ranger.
Awesome. So what you're saying is you were born with a hatchet in your hand.
Yes.
Okay, a little ICP goes a long way there. Now, you are the one with the second cursed item. Now, if you look on your character sheet, you will see in your inventory that you have something. What is that?
A strange key.
You have a strange key that is of the skeleton variety. Seems like it could fit pretty much any lock out there. There is something strange about it. It appears to have a little bit of a magical sheen to it. Your cursed item. I'm going to start off with the good stuff on your cursed item. Your cursed item can open even magical locks, and it is not expended. You can use it once per day. Okay, so it recharges at dawn the next day. And it can open even an arcane locked door. No issues. Or chest. Your choice. The curse is that there is a random happenstance chance that when you insert your key into a lock, that it animates the object, which comes to life and attacks you.
Oh, fuck
Becomes a mimic.
You're not fucking using that goddamn thing ever.
Every door will be a mimic.
So that is your cursed item that was bought for you by chat last game session. Let us go with Toric Fireforge.
Hi, this is Toric. This is played by myself, Jorg Fireheart, also known as Charles or Chuck. And I don't believe I have a cursed item, but I do have something. I'll let Gio go ahead and describe that.
You have the clap?
No, the spider.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you have a spider that lives in your beard. Yep.
We'll call the spider clap then.
Aww. Speaking of pets, Chi-Chi got a pet bought for her during last game session, and she will be finding that pet for herself this game session. It has been randomly rolled off the side. She will understand when it is her pet that is coming to visit her. So I will let her know that when that happens. All right, and finally, Roos.
Hi, this is Roos, played by Andrew and/or Salbu. Asmar Paladin. I have a length of rusty pipe. It's the sum total of my life.
Ashes to
So
ashes,
your curse
dust
is
to
rust.
dust. Take it out every once in a while, or it's going to rust.
So I guess your curse is rust.
Yes, his curse is rust. He's been cursed by rust. All right. So speaking of which, all right, ladies and gentlemen, since you just heard me say this was bought by the chat and that was bought by the chat, and etc. etc., you can use your stream experience points, or you can use your cheers to purchase help or hindrance to the party members here. So there is a huge list in our store. You can go ahead and take a look. If you have the stream experience points, use them. No purchase necessary for those. Or you can use cheers and just go ahead and cheer something. And it costs 10% of what you see on the Stream Elements store for the Stream XP stuff. So you can buy heals. You can buy critical hits. You can buy extra encounters to help or hinder the party, cursed items to throw at people that do ridiculous shit, which I'll talk to you off of stream and get your idea of what you want to do to that player, so that way I can give them the item. But otherwise, that's pretty much what we've got going on for that. Now, out of my 6 players, who wants to be the volunteer to tell us what happened last game session?
Not me, I was sleeping.
I'm not allowed to anymore.
I'll go ahead and do it.
All right, go for it.
All right. So we were invariably captured by at multiple different times. We were sent to this drow prison with other NPCs that were also chained to the walls or to the center of the prison room. And then there was this Mistress Alara, which I believe is the name, who came in with 2 bodyguards and was threatening and huffing and puffing. They left. We caused havoc, and we managed to get out. And there was a couple of humorous, mad things that were happening too as well. And that's where we're at now.
Excellent, excellent. All right, let me go through my list here so I can see what's going on. Alrighty, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with Mist, since he's the northernmost. Mist, last game session, you came down this little flight of stairs from the landing that has your prison on it, down to this other one. You looked around the corner, and you see a number of these things.
Quaggoths.
Quaggoths, yes, Quaggoths. You see a number of Quaggoths that are in this cave. They're all resting at the moment. They don't seem to have noticed you yet.
All right, so my intention is to ignore them and try and open the door to my north.
Okay, so you creep
Since we
over to the
established
door.
before that they were behind a locked gate, so
Mhm.
at least the gate I think is locked.
Yes, the gate does appear to be locked, you hope. So, you creep over to the door to the north, and you take a look at it. And it does indeed have a keyhole to it, and it looks like to be a part of a stalagmite that comes down out of the ceiling and kind of blends with the wall a little bit. What would you like to do?
I'd like to pick the lock, but I got nothing to pick with.
Okay, well, you do have your little tabaxi claws. Do you want to pull a
You
Tom
got
and
some
Jerry
claws and I
moment
got
and kind
some
of pop a
string.
claw and go tickle, tickle, tickle?
Give it a try, yeah.
All right. So you pop out one of your claws. You may go ahead and roll me a Thieves' Tool proficiency at disadvantage. Oh, yeah.
Critical
That was a
failure time.
great roll. Look at that. That means you rolled a
Broken
1.
nail.
Okay, so your ball of string has now, well, go ahead and make me your wisdom save, and we'll see if your ball of string is calling you that you have decided that you want to play with that instead. That's the only way that you would have missed this roll, honestly.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. The ball of string is calling your name. That's what it is. Like a Rubik's Cube, it calls you back, and you start playing with the ball of string instead of picking the lock. So I will move on past you, and I will go to Sam, who is next on my list. Sam, you are inside. Now, yes, you have a motley crew of individuals with you. You have the crazy-ass drow who's kind of standing in the doorway who was locked up for murder. He's kind of like got blood on his face from beating up the 2 drow guards that were over there and helping shove those guys over the edge. There's the orc who is standing over on the other far side of the bridge over with Katal. And he looks like he's getting ready to like slam his head face first into that door to try to open it up. And then there's a number of other NPCs, some Svirfneblins, you see some gnomes, you see a Quaggoth, you see, of course, you got that little farting mushroom, and a kind of a relatively attractive dwarf female, all with you.
Well, your perception of attractive.
To be perfectly
Let's
honest,
see.
I kind of think that other than the fact of how red Eldeth's hair is, she kind of looks like Susie.
Let's see. Let's go behind Sereth and hide. Oh, now that I see an up close picture of her. Yeah.
See, yeah, I told you. She kind of looks a little bit like Susie, except for like her hair is like way too red. So you're gonna go slide over and kind of try to hide over there by the drow.
Yeah, I'm gonna hide behind him.
All right,
He's
you can
kind
go
of
ahead and give
wounded
me
too,
a
right? So
go ahead and give me a stealth check in the tower.
there you go, sir.
Excellent. Okay, so you kind of slide up next to him. He has this look of rage on his face. His face is twisted and angry, like he's just looking for someone to kill. And he kind of glances down at you with this burning look. I mean, the dark vision that he has, like most drow, when they're using their dark vision, their eyes kind of get really warm. And I mean, his eyes look like pinpoints of fire to you.
We got a cream for that.
But he is looking at me, so I guess I got to say a stealth check. Don't look at me like that, boss. Look at the other guys. They always want to put you in here.
He just kind of turns his head and he looks back out, like he's kind of like looking in both directions. He's looking towards the orc and he's looking up towards Mist, to the north as well, just to kind of see, who's going to come into trouble first, because he wants to jump on that.
All right, well, whatever. I got your back. Remember that. With my fingers crossed behind my hand.
Gotcha. All right, Chi-Chi, it is your turn, Chi-Chi.
Sweet.
You have the little mushroom up on your shoulder, and he goes,
I know, dude. I know. We're just gonna move out there.
and the thing goes as she walks. It's almost like she has the walking farts, because as this turtle is waddling, there's this, this raspberry sound going off, which, all of you know that it's the mushroom making the sound, but it's still kind of funny. It's literally in beat with each of the steps.
She walks by, I say, "Thanks for pulling those chains off."
No worries.
Now, as a point of note, all of you can speak your native languages and you can understand each other.
Thanks to the shrooms.
Thanks to the shrooms. It's all about the shrooms. All
And us
right.
Underdarkians would know this.
Mm-hmm. All right, so Eldeth is the next to go. She is going to slide up next to Torek, who she's kind of made a close bond with. She gives him some googly eyes every once in a while. Whenever Torek, looks over at Eldeth, she kind of has this doe-eyed look. After that, Jim Jar, who is kind of hiding in the background, he just kind of moves out and over by Sam, kind of keeping with his own kind. Katal, you're standing out on a suspended bridge that is quite a few feet up in the air. And in front of you is Ront, the orc that was helping you guys last time. And he looks like he is about ready to face roll this door.
Okay. I'm going to take a step back just to get directly, like right in front of Chi-Chi. And I'm going to kind of over my shoulder just go, I think something's going to happen soon. He looks pissed. And I yell at Ron, open the door.
I know, but let's watch.
All
I
right.
got-
So as if Ront was, waiting for you to say, do it, he reels his face back and he is going to attempt to headbutt the door. But we'll get to him in a second. Sareth watches on with this cold, like, detracted amusement. He is creepy. All right. For all the players who are standing around him, he is a creepy dude. He's bad mojo. Then we have the twins, Topsy and Turvy. The two
Real
of
quick,
them.
Everybody-
Sarah's the killer, right?
Yeah, Sareth is the killer. He's the murderer. Topsy and Turvy kind of line up in the back. And, of course, Prince Darendil is back there expounding to them the idea that, hey, I'm actually an elven prince. And they're like, yeah, sure, dude, whatever. Yeah, whatever you say. We have no problem with that. And they're just going through this little rigmarole back there, along with Shusar, the Awakened, who is a really fat, looks almost like a troglodyte or a fish or some other such thing. Just the four of them are kind of in this, like, engrossed in this conversation that the prince is giving back there. Mist, could you, while you are up there, could you please give me a stealth check in the tower at disadvantage, since you're currently playing with your balls? I mean, your string. I mean, your
I
thing.
only have one ball, man.
He's the uniballer.
That's why we call him Lucky.
Oh.
No, they call me Lefty.
Whoa.
Hello. Okay. The Quaggoth do not seem to notice you out there. They're still, blissfully sleeping away. Now we get to Ront. Ront reels back with his head, and he attempts to headbutt the door. Let me see. I'm going to use this. All right, so he squarely plants his forehead in the door. It makes a hollow thud. He kind of reels back on his heels for a second. And then the door just kind of creaks open in front of him.
I didn't know orcs' heads made that sound.
Did the hollow sound come from the door or the orc?
Yes. The response to that is yes. All right, give me one more moment here. And let's see, who do we have left over? We got Torek. Torek, what are you going to do as you witness this grand headbutting?
All right. Well, let me take one quick look here. I am going to attempt to Well, okay, so this bridge can only fit one person. I can't get past them, correct?
You could try to force your way past. I will allow you to move past him by using a double movement to go through Katal's space and Ront's space.
Okay, is there any risk of knocking them off?
Well, I was about ready to ask, what is your dexterity?
I'm a dwarf.
Uh-huh. So your dexterity is a 10.
Average at best.
It's an average dexterity at best. You're relatively stable, so you won't go over. However, Catal or Ront may. So why don't you give me 2 dex checks? Well, give me a dex check every time you pass a person.
Well, if I think that there's a potential chance that this is going to fail, I'm going to back off on that one. Just wanted to evaluate the situation there, and I don't think even guidance is going to do me any good on that. So what I'll do is I'll just hold and have a conversation with Eldith, and ask her where she is from and where she wants to go to.
She is. Let me see here. She is from the area of the north, around 10 towns, just to the south of 10 towns. There's a bunch of dwarf settlements. And yes, indeed, she would love to go back.
Eldith, do you know of anybody down here?
I don't know exactly where we are. And as she says this, she kind of twirls her braids as she's talking to you and kind of gives you the doe eyes and blinky blinky kind of thing. And she is purposely showing off the tips of her braids, which in your dwarven culture, a married dwarven female, first of all, wouldn't have braids. Second of all, if she was married, the end of her ponytail would have some sort of gold or platinum ring around it. She has none. And she's kind of showing that off, kind of flirty and showing it off.
All right, I'm just going to do a quick insight check and see if this chick is for real.
Okay. She seems to be entirely genuine with you.
Okay. All right. Carry on then.
All right. And last but not least, Roos. You're kind of halfway down the stairs. You see Mist playing with himself to the north of you, and the motley crew beginning to assemble on the balcony above. What would you like to do, sir?
I'll sort of make my way down to Stareth here and just ask him where to next.
He looks over at you and kind of looks you up and down and says, "The priestess needs to die."
All right then. I look around for any enemies that may have heard this headbutting of a door.
You do not see any. However, at the end of your turn, whenever you say you are done, we will roll initiative. Because there could very well be something going on, because Ront's big head may have just started something.
All right, well, I think that's it, so...
Alrighty, then players, please roll me an initiative. Very good, very good. Now, Mist, you are no longer distracted by your ball of yarn. You don't hear anything going on. The Quaggoth still all seem to be asleep and snoring quietly and in their room. But would you like to try that door again?
I would.
Would you like to utilize maybe an investigation or a perception to check the door to see if there's anything unusual about it?
I will do a full-out investigation.
Awesome. Okay, so you'll be utilizing your action to do an investigation, but it lowers the DC for you. Damn! All right, so you had a 1 the first time. This time it's a 20. You're just going from one end of the spectrum to the other.
Her curse came with a DM dice mod, too. Okay,
apparently it did. So, okay, so Furied Fate's Curse has the DM dice mod where you are only going to roll 1s and 20s for the entire night, considering you rolled earlier before the game even started, and you were like, hey, I just wasted a 20. Okay, that time you were successful. And you determine that the door is not locked. Nor is it trapped.
Free action to open it then?
Yes. Yes, indeed.
I will open it thusly before I distract myself again.
You see a very small little chamber that goes, it's a 2-story chamber, but you can see pretty much all of it from the doorway. It is a guard's chamber where there's like little peek holes that go around the outside edge that look off to like the northwest. Most likely the 2 drow that you guys had fought on the stairway, those drow came from here.
Is there any items of use in there since we have nothing?
There is nothing of use in here, unless you think a spoon or a bowl would be of usage to you.
I'm going to take the spoon because maybe I can use it as a pick or something eventually.
Awesome. Okay. So go ahead and add a spoon to your inventory. It doesn't weigh anything. It's a little wooden spoon.
All right, and then I will stay here to recharge my felineness so that I can dash later if I need to, and that'll be my turn.
Awesome.
Since I didn't really go anywhere.
Alrighty. Very good. All right. Before it's Torik's turn, coming out of the doorway up ahead, there, I'll just open up the area in and of itself. Where is the last guy?
It's going to be like a clown car. There's going to be 30 drow in there.
Probably. There we go. All right, so this guy actually is going to come to the door. The Drow Elite actually had gone first, but he had decided that he was just going to tell the others to go to the door. This Drow comes to the door, and he is actually going to take a nice swipe at Ront, hitting him. Ooh. So Ront is going to make a dexterity saving throw because he's still rocked back on his heels a little bit. Uh-oh. And Ront falls over the side of the bridge. But he does hang on, like with a finger, like a pinky finger. And then this one will move out here. He is actually on the bridge, kind of like right in front of Catal. Torik, it's your turn.
Okay, at this point, I am. It's a little jammed up in there. What's the range on light?
To do the negative effect where you blind somebody.
Yep, that's the thing I'm thinking.
Should say it right in the spell.
I do believe the range on that
have
is...
the spells in here.
Yep, he didn't have his spells coded. Huh. Why are they not there? That's weird.
Yeah, well, when we built the character, you said you had your own way of doing things, and you would put them in there.
Oh, and I didn't put the spells on for you. That's right. Oh, that's right, because the spells weren't working yet because you guys were in the thingy. Ha.
Light's range is touch.
Yep, it's touch, so you have to be 5 foot away.
Okay, I'm going to hold my action then.
Alrighty. Go ahead and add your typical cantrips and stuff in between your turns. So that way you have at least that much on your character sheet for yourself. Now that you're outside of the cell, you should be able to use cantrips. Same thing with Catal. You can use your cantrips now. Anybody can cast cantrips. You guys can cast a lot of that stuff. However, your regular spells that require any sort of components, you guys can't really use yet.
Okay, and just add them from the PHB, or do you have any special coding
Nope,
packages?
you can add them right from the PHB or the Xanth's Guide. You can add either one. That's fine.
Okay, sounds good.
Or the tomb.
Or yep, or the well, not so much the tome. The tome of spells is not really. It's available, but not available. I'll explain later.
Okay.
Ooh, thank you, support for supporting us. So Torek, you can go ahead and advance your turn if you're holding. Katal, it is your turn.
After seeing his meat shield get knocked over the side of the bridge, he's going to take a disengage action, and he's going to flee back by Sam.
Okay. It will not cost you any sort of movement to do that because you are an itty bitty tiny little guy running in between the turtle and the dwarf, who are both medium sized. So you probably took a shortcut right between Chi-Chi's legs.
Woo!
Hey!
It's not the first time somebody's taken a shortcut between her legs.
At least she's got a shell
And then I don't have a bonus action thing, so that'll be my turn.
Alrighty. Sam, it is now your turn.
So, Sarah, what are you in for?
He just looks at you like, really? Really? He just gives you that look. You know what look I'm talking about, Ron? You know, the look I give you on a 90% of the time when we ever have conversations? That look. That's the look he's got for you right now.
Okay, I see.
But he has more or less, he has trained his eyes on Drow 35 that is walking across that bridge right now. And, well, you are of a height. You can give me a perception check.
Okay.
This is kind of a freebie. It's not a bonus action. It's nothing. It's just, do you notice?
Yep. Well, do I notice?
There you go.
I just spit out my pizza.
Yes! Yes! The first pizza snurfing of the evening.
I see you're packing there, so I'm just gonna walk away, and then I'm gonna walk, slide past him and past Woos.
Okay.
Move up then next to Mist.
And you gotta go up and around. You're like, all right, I don't want to have anything to do with that.
I'm like up against the wall, like, yep, nope, not touching him.
Nope. That drow is packing a staff. Nope.
Yeah. All right, Mist, you need any help? I'll pass my turn.
All right, so this drow steps up into the doorway, and he sees that there are a variety of targets. All right, so I'm going to roll a 6-sided die. On a 1 through 3, it's going to be Chi-Chi. On a 4 through 6, it's going to be Torek. It is a 1. So
Bring it, bitches!
he lowers his crossbow and aims at you. And misses you. It goes ting! Right off your chest plate.
Shell.
What you got? I'ma fucking cut you.
Roos, it's your turn.
All right, let's try to check this guy from the bridge.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to take Stool. I'm going to move Stool kind of like into the wall.
Yeah, that works.
Because Stool is just like, I mean, Stool is there. He's with you. There, I'll put him there so that way you guys know he's there. But he's just kind of getting in my fucking way. All right, so you get up past Chi-Chi. You get right up in his face. What you going to do?
I would like to attempt to grapple and throw him off of this bridge.
Ooh, so you're going to basically do that nice push attack where you're like, haha, take this, and shove him off the bridge.
Yep.
Now, are you going to shove him off the north side of the bridge or the south side of the bridge?
Let's go south and not hit Ront.
Okay, I wasn't sure if you're trying to kill two birds with one stone here or not. So, all right, give me a push attack, which is going to be your strength check versus the Drow's strength check. Ooh, that's not a very good strength. Nope, unfortunately, he is able to resist it with a 15.
All right, well, I'll glare at him.
But the two of you are grappled now. The two of you are kind of locked. Yes, chat, it is a rope bridge that has a turtle on one end, a drow on the other, an Asimar and a drow in the middle, and an orc hanging off of it.
Not only just a rope bridge, a silk rope bridge. 'cause
Yes, it's a
drow-
silky rope bridge. It's a spider silk rope bridge. All right, it is now Chi-Chi's turn.
Okay, well, since Bruce has him, I'm just gonna claw.
Oh, that's right. You're the type of turtle that has claws. You're a razorback.
I'm a claw.
You're a claw. Okay, so I'm trying to figure out how you're going to do this because Roos is in your way. And you can't really step into his space while he is wrestling with the drow.
But I can reach around him.
So you're going to give him a reach around.
I am gonna give him a reach around. It's only common courtesy.
Oh, fun time.
Alrighty.
Attack at
So,
disadvantage.
I will say disadvantage on your attack rolls, but yes, you can go ahead and do your double attack. The first one is a miss. Roll one more time so I can take the lower of the two. Either way we go at it, it's going to be a hit. So you do pop the drow in the side of the head. Pow! Take that!
There.
With a nice claw.
Told you I was gonna cut you.
I cut you, I say. I cut you, yo. I cut you. All right. All the rest of the NPCs currently are unwilling to join because this is kind of like the first round with only the PCs.
I'm hoping this rings his bell enough he won't put up so much of a fight when Roos tosses his ass overboard.
Gotcha. Okay, so Turvy is going to stay in. All right, the Drow Elite, who is standing in the back at the moment, he actually runs out this other door, coming down this direction, and he lowers his hand crossbow, and he is going to shoot at one of the three of you. So 1 to 2, it's a Roos. 3, 4, Chi-Chi. 5, 6, Torek. It's a 4, so it is a Chi-Chi.
I'm gonna cut you too.
Oh, and it just misses you entirely. Entirely misses you. Roos, your turn.
All right, heave ho.
You're going to try again?
To the south we go.
Okay, go ahead, roll your strength check. Ooh. All right, and as is customary for any action kind of RPG or game, he does his screaming, ah! And over he goes to fall to
Cue
his doom.
Stormtrooper death.
Yes, he's Stormtroopered. I can't remember the actual name of it, what it's actually called, the sound effect.
Wilhelm
The
scream.
Wilhelm scream.
Wilhelm
He does the
scream.
Wilhelm scream and he goes over.
Is it possible to get past this Drow 30, like shove my way into the room, or is he fully blocking the doorway?
He is fully blocking the door. However, I will allow you to kind of lower a shoulder and charge. Kind of like all you're going to be doing is blowing your way into the room. We'll do opposed strength checks. And if you are successful, you'll blow your way into the room. If you're unsuccessful, depending on how unsuccessful you are, you may end up either on your butt on the bridge or on your face in the room.
All right, this is acceptable.
Go for it. All right, you are successful. You will blow into the room about that far. So that's a total of 20 feet of... Actually, you'll be against the back wall. You'll slam into the back wall after you slam through him. He was able to kind of move a little bit out of your way. But otherwise, yeah, they're you're in the room now. You've used about 20-ish feet of movement to get that far.
All right, I brandish my rusty pipe threateningly, and I think that's about it for me.
Excellent. Chi-Chi.
Oh yeah, hookers.
Quarterback that dude. Just slam into him.
Now, Chi-Chi is a big girl, okay? Just want to say, Chi-Chi is a big girl. She would have difficulty walking through this door without being in combat.
Oh fuck it. I'm on the bridge, but I'm there.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. So you're going to stand in front of him and
Attack
you're
the
going to, like...
quarterback.
Hell yeah. And then I'm gonna smack the shit out of him.
Okay, all right. So as she walks out, now those of you who are standing along the sides and stuff, you're watching Ront like dangle like a marionette underneath this thing as she comes waddling out onto the bridge, and it starts bouncing, and he's just like flailing around.
I'll get to you, mijo.
That was a miss. That was not. So with your first miss, you actually kind of claw the doorway, the door jamb.
That's okay.
And you take out a chunk of the wall. And you guys realize that she is actually... She sounds very dainty and kind of silly almost in the way she sounds. But she looks like she hits like a ton of fucking bricks. Torek, it is your turn.
All right. So the first thing I want to do is I want to cling to this wall to gain cover from the drow on the bridge with the crossbow, and then I'm going to cast Sacred Flame on him.
Okay, that's fine.
Sacred Flame doesn't have any stats in here.
Oh no. Let me
Well,
take a look.
I can just roll the damage. I think that's it.
Actually hit the for Sacred Flame, you see where it says save?
Okay, just roll that.
Yep, target him and hit that little D20 button, and it'll force his saving throw.
Okay, targeting him is shift and click?
Control and click. Control and right click. Chat is apparently very surprised that Susie can speak a little bit of Spanish.
I can speak more than a little bit of Spanish. That's what happens when you work with Puerto Ricans.
All right, so Torek, you are successful in hitting him. You may go right ahead and roll some damage. Nice.
Nice. All right, I think that's it for me. Going down.
Excellent. Going down. Speaking of going down, it's Eldeth's turn. She is like the rest of the NPCs. She is going to, well, almost the rest of the NPCs. She is going to huddle back further in the cave. And from this point forward, pretty much the ones who are in the cave are kind of going to hang out there until you guys make a little bit more of a clear path. They're not going to try to follow you immediately. Katal, it is now your turn.
Okay. What kind of line of sight do I have on the drow 30?
You do. You have line of sight. You can see him well enough, even through Chi-Chi's bulk. You can still see him well enough that you could do a ranged spell.
Okay. Let me take a look here.
Now, please
I'm
note,
going to...
before
Yep.
anybody rolls anything for like a ranged attack roll or a ranged spell attack, because Chi-Chi is in melee combat with it, if for some reason you roll a 1 on a ranged attack roll, it has the opportunity of hitting Chi-Chi instead.
Okay.
Just wanted to say, like, in case you're going to throw a firebolt or something in that direction.
Yeah, I was thinking that. I'll go ahead and give it a shot. I think
Okay.
that I have confidence.
I have confidence. Zoop. As the firebolt goes and slams into the door near Chi-Chi's claw mark that she had left.
All right. At least I didn't roll a 1.
That is true. That is true. And don't forget, you do have a large number of people who are watching right now who would like to probably screw with you guys. Right now, Roos, out of all of them, is like, I'm so happy nobody out there knows who the hell I am because they're leaving me the fuck alone. Until I just said that. All right, so Sareth steps out, and even though he wants to murder the drow that's over there, he reaches down and tries to reach around Chi-Chi to reach out and grab Ront's wrist to kind of help stabilize him a little bit. So for this point, Sareth is actually prone, laying down, face down, like on his belly on the bridge. Missed.
So in the what the hell category of adventuring, I'm going to throw my ball of string at Drow 30 and see if I can entangle his ass.
Awesome.
So I don't have anything coded for that, of course, yet, because I don't know how he code a ball of string.
We will be doing a ranged attack roll that you are proficient in. So it'll be dexterity plus your proficiency bonus. And if it is a successful hit, we will be using the restrained effect on the drow.
All right, I'll work on that. Sorry,
That's all right. While you are doing that, I will explain a little bit of something that's going on because some of you actually are seeing something in your chat that you do not understand. One of the characters is speaking in a language that they know. If it says a failed translation or you guys can't see it, that means your character cannot speak that language. And most likely that character is attempting to probably hide it specifically from everybody else. Even though Stool is allowing all
That's
of you to
me.
understand each other. If a character wants to kind of use a different language than typical, then they can.
missed.
Oh, this is right because there's other dwarf text. So.
Yes, exactly. So, all right, so your ball of string misses, but what's lucky about it, even though you're like, oh, I just threw away my cursed ball of string. Oh, gee darn. It reappears in your pocket.
No doubt.
So there you go. All right, Jim Jar is happy being back here in the back. He doesn't really have too much he can do because he doesn't have any way to cast any spells. Let me see here. He does, however, have some racials that he can use. So he is going to move forward. He is going to use racial on... Oh, Sareth. He targets him. Boop. Okay, or he blurs himself. Oh, that's right, because it's himself. So he blurs himself, and then he will run the fuck away. Topsy does nothing. He just stays back there. Sam, what would you like to do?
So, Miss, what you got going here?
I was trying to capture the dude, but it didn't work.
His
Uh,
Pokeball
I don't know how you-
failed.
I don't know how you capture somebody with a ball of string. So,
Seemed like a good idea at the time. Yeah.
did you find anything in that room?
Empty. Yeah.
Ah, crap. I'm gonna pick. Well, can I do a perception check, see if there's any rocks I can throw?
I will actually freely allow a couple of small rocks. A little handful of small rocks. If you wish to try to throw them, I am okay with that.
All right.
But Here, go ahead and target him for me so I can see what the range is between the two of you.
Well, I probably can't see him because he's in the
No,
doorway.
you can see him. I'm going to give him -5 for cover. But it'll be a
Okay.
thrown weapon, and you are within range, because 30 feet will be about your max range that you can heft that.
So I can use my dex proficiency, right? Or not
Yep.
my proficiency, but
Your
my
dex.
dex
Yep.
modifier.
And if you roll a 1, you will be hitting Ront and possibly making him fall. Okay, so you throw a stone. It ricochets kind of off the stalagmite and goes tumbling down into the darkness.
Yep, done. Done it.
All right, the prince doesn't do anything. Ront is going to make a strength check. He's barely holding on. That big fat turtle girl up there is jiggling the bridge a little bit. Thankfully, Sareth is there holding his wrist, kind of trying to keep him there. Stool just farts a lot. And now it's the Drow's turn. And he is going to attack Chi-Chi. Because Chi-Chi is a pain in his ass. He rolls a 1. And he does nothing. He hits the door jam. As he swings forward, he hits the door jam instead. And kind of like hitting a baseball with loose hands on the bat, he gets those bee stings in his hand and drops his sword. Back to the top, we got Sam again.
Can I interrupt real quick?
Sure.
Technical question. How do I untarget something?
Control and left click again on that same person.
Or at the top of the map, there's a little targeting thing with a slash through it that untargets everything.
Yep.
Where was that again?
Very
That
top of
part
the
is at
map,
the
there's
top
like
of the
5
map.
icons.
Got it. It was hidden by my character sheet. Also, the last question is, how do you whisper someone?
Okay, I'll type that in chat for you real quick.
They'll whisper it to you.
Easiest is just slash whisper their name. Or slash W.
Okay, so it's \W. Then if you type the first 3 letters of the character name and then hit tab, it'll fill it in the rest of the way for you, because you need to actually have the whole character name. And then you type your message. Yep, just like that. Yep. And if you're going to whisper
Excellent,
me,
okay.
it's \WGM and then the message.
Okay, excellent. Sorry, I just needed to get some technical questions out of the way.
Nope, that is perfectly fine. That is why I am here. I'm here to make sure everybody's life is nice and simple. All right, so
And
Sam,
if you need
it
to
is your turn.
reply, if you need to reply to somebody, it's \R.
Yep, \R is your best way of replying, and whoever the last person was. So make sure that you don't have multiple whispers, or else you will reply to somebody else and you'll be like, ah, shit. All right, so you throw another stone. This time, bam! You hit the Drow.
Now it just does 1 bludgeoning damage plus my dex mod?
This will do 1 bludgeoning damage plus your strength mod.
Okay, so let me add my strength mod.
So I'm going to be all sorts of fucked up and weird with it. Use your dex to hit it, but your strength to damage it.
That's fine. Which is
Talk about old
minus
school
1.
gaming. That's some old school gaming right there.
So I do 0 damage because it's a -1.
Well, you will always do a minimum of 1. No matter what you do, you will always do a minimum of 1.
Alright. So let me change that to base.
You healed him by 1. Okay, you definitely have to change that. Just take the since you have a negative dex, or a negative strength. Just take off the strength modifiers, just so it does 1 damage.
Is that better?
Yeah, that's much better. Go ahead and do 1 more to him, since I don't feel like playing with
Since
numbers.
I healed him for 1.
Yeah, you healed him for 1. You hit him so hard, you healed him. All right, Katal.
Take that!
Take that! Oh, I feel better. Why, thank you. Keep throwing stones at me. He pinches his nipples and squeezes. Oh, that's so good.
That's not right.
Hey, I didn't hear
He has
you
a
complain last night about
It's so
it.
wrong, it's right.
They are Drow.
in the geocave stays in the geocave.
There's no such thing as staying in the geocave because you love it when you take out the alligator clamps on the ends of the battery jumper cables. You clamp them, hold my nipples, and hang me from the
I
ceiling.
don't hear you. I
There's
don't
the
hear you
push it
complaining
song
about.
again.
Anyway, so Katala, what do you want to do?
Especially when
What's
you
some of
guys
them?
promote it on your website.
I was eating popcorn, listening to the conversation.
With one
I will-
hand. What's the sound of one hand typing?
The other one's
What's some
for
of
popcorn.
notes? That's all I'm gonna say, y'all.
All right, back to this game.
so-
Not the other game.
Yes.
This game.
I'm gonna go ahead and read. I'm gonna try. Screw me up.
Go ahead. You can keep laughing. I'm okay with that.
I'm gonna go ahead and try with a firebolt again.
Hey, you hit.
Hey, there you go. And
Payal, bitch, die.
Yay!
All right, so Rot is going to make another strength check to try to get back up. Nope, I'll keep holding on. And the prince in the back is like, well, yes, you see, I've seen... And he goes on and on and on with some weird-ass soliloquy. He's been talking for about 15 minutes and not a soul has listened to him.
Cabeza de pinga.
Hey, don't be calling people no penis heads. Anyway, so, all right, over here, now we've got... Ooh, we now have... Chi-Chi is going to be a 1 or a 2 on the D6. Sareth is going to be a 3 through a 5. And then Torek is a 6. It's going to be Sareth, who is currently laying down. So, that is who he is going to shoot at with his handy crossbow. At disadvantage because the guy is laying down. Hits him anyway, right in the ass. Puts it right in his pooper and kills poor Sareth. Yep, crossbow dart, a hand crossbow dart just went up Sareth's pooper into his brain.
It's the pooper shooter.
It was a
some
pooper shooter.
crossbow.
All right, Mist. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna dash to there.
Excellent. Thank you, Sarathal, for the follow. Topsy and Turvy are like, I don't know what the fuck's going on. I am not going out there. They're shooting people in the ass. I don't like it. Chi-Chi. Turvy's like, but you like the butt stuff. No, I don't. Hey, it was that one time in college. Come on, we're all there. All right, so you start stomping down this other way. Now, as you stomp, once again, ba-boom, 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 the poor drow is standing there like, as he's bouncing around and everything else. You know what? Chi-Chi, we're going to do a luck of the draw as you approach the drow elite warrior. Could you please roll me a percentile die? Now, before you do so, I want to say, if it's a 10 or lower, your bulk is going to start breaking the bridge. 84. Okay, does not break the bridge.
Nope.
That's a miss. That too is a miss. All right, so Turvy's like, but you like the butt stuff. Topsy's like, no. See, there's that one time in college, you know, and they go back and forth. And then they get into a little bit of a fist fight, slap of cuffs. And Eldeth is standing there kind of trying to force the two of them apart. It's hilarious to watch, but all of you are currently busy. Tarek.
All right, I'm going to move forward up into the doorway and cast Sacred Flame on the final drow.
Awesome. All right, so you move up into there. I like how everybody's just walking past poor Runt, who's hanging there like, hey, guys, I opened door with face.
Help!
Hello?
Help!
Hello?
It's because nobody ever thinks about other players.
But I'm cool. Guy. Ooh, he really failed. Brown chicken, brown cow.
Smoke
Oh,
roll.
big damage. Nice.
Max damage for that.
Max damage.
Okay, so Shushar, yeah, Shushar shines shoes at the shoe store. Shushar kind of reminds you of Boss Nass from, you know, the prequel trilogy from Star Wars. That's kind of like a use a no thing, you know, that's a very Gungan style sound of thing as he's arguing along with everybody else back there. Jim Jar is just like, whatever. He is looking forward to getting the fuck out. Stool farts on I'll move him over so he's over here by Chi-Chi, his turtle mount. And we'll continue doing that. Roos, it is your turn. You've kind of stumbled against the wall. You're in this room. Now, I want to tell you, all of you who are in this room, there is a lot of stuff in here. There's like tables and chairs and there's bags of equipment hanging everywhere made out of like spider silk. There's like
Oh,
swords
I'm definitely
and
looking
armor
for
and
my
shit.
stuff.
There is nothing here that you would consider to be yours.
I like the sound of swords and armor and shit.
Ah. So what I'm going to do, because what you
I
guys
have a
done
very
is
loose definition of what is mine.
Yeah, so what is mine is mine. What is yours is yours. What is ours is also mine. Hey, I just defined marriage. Here is what you can find. It is in the party sheet. So you may spend an action to grab one item out of the party sheet. Now, if, for example, if we'll say Chi-Chi or someone else is able to off this drow and everybody like closes the door and kind of is like, oh, hold up here for a second, let's get equipped, then I'll allow people to kind of start pulling stuff out.
How do you access the party sheet again?
Okay, it is the double little person in the top right corner of Fantasy Grounds. It looks like two little people. If you click on that and then go to the Inventory tab.
Got it. Thanks.
And we would spend the requisite like 10 minutes putting on armor if we grab that.
Yes. Yeah, if you grab armor, it's gonna take a while to don it. And you'll probably grab weapons first. This is the air molecule suggestion. It's entirely up to you guys though. You could, just follow Chi-Chi the tank as she just starts huffing through the rest of these stalagmites and then come back here and get your stuff. Or you could just randomly grab like an item or two, drag it to your inventory, and then just keep following behind her and just keep going and not worry about stuff until like the whole area is clear. I mean, that's what you guys, that's my suggestion, is you guys could just clear the whole thing and then come back and arm yourselves. But that's up to you.
Well, I think I am going to grab a shield.
Okay, so you grab a shield. All right, so that'll be your action. Be sure to drag it out of the party sheet and drop it directly into your inventory. So make sure your inventory on your character sheet is open, and then you just drag and drop it right onto your inventory. And yep, just like that.
All right, I think that's pretty much it for me.
All right, Eldeth is hanging out back there trying to keep Topsy and Turvy from getting into a fight. All right, so here we go at the top of the round. He pulls out his short sword and he attempts to kill off Chi-Chi. Swings and misses at Chi-Chi. And
Bitch, please.
Yep, it just ricochets off her shell. Noticing that there is something farting at him on her shoulder, he decides instead to go ahead and attack Stool next.
Can I use my
No.
reaction to block this?
If you want to, yes.
Yes, I do.
Okay, so you use your reaction to block. And you hold up a hand and go, ping!
Uh-uh.
And he backs off away from you.
Chi-Chi's awesome.
Bitches. Oh, just wait. Shit's about to get real up in here.
Oh, no, you did not just try to kill my little penis guy. All right, Sam, your turn.
I'm gonna walk up to the edge of the bridge.
Mm-hmm.
So, orc dude, need a hand?
Yeah? He kind of shakes his head emphatically. He shakes his head so hard that he almost lets go of the bridge. And then he stops. He's like, oh.
All right, I'll be there in a minute.
I'm waiting to hear Ront Want Pretty Thing.
So then I use my.
Runt nuts, that's stupid.
that.
Runt dumb, but not that dumb.
I'll dash
Neither was
over there.
Ugg.
Ugg want pretty thing. Ugg was an entirely different topic of conversation. So, all right, so Mist, you are going to come back out and around. Now, thankfully, Sam is small enough that you can kind of share a space with him.
And then I'm going to try and assist Ront. So
Okay.
provide aid for Ron to try and get up here, but I don't know if I have enough strength to pull Ron myself.
Okay.
I don't know how heavy
Yeah, that's probably best that you don't try to pull him up yourself. You have a strength of a 12. Okay, so yeah, you can give him assistance with no problem. So that'll give him advantage on a strength check. It is Chi-Chi's turn. Oh, God. She's making coffee. So we're going to skip her.
No, priorities.
Yep. Well, she's making coffee and making sure that her tequila and Pepsi is all prepped and ready to go. All right, so we'll go to Ron.
You guys don't have the mini fridge there?
Oh, no. Come on, dude. I am not that bad. I mean, come on. I mean, I'm online a lot, but I am not online that much. All right, so Ront makes his strength check, and he is back up on the bridge, and he goes in, and we will go to Chi-Chi again.
Yeah.
And she's over here swearing at me because Ront made a strength check. All right, so Chi-Chi, go.
We'll move up there.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to grab this fucker
Uh-huh.
and over the shoulder boulder holder and suplex him into the ground. Sorry, suplex.
No, it's suplex. It's suplex. It's suplex. Okay. So what you're saying is you're going all... what's the Mexican wrestlers called?
Luchadores!
All right, so we have Chi-Chi La Luchadore, who is now going to suplex the drow. Okay, go
Does she
ahead
climb to the
and...
top of the railing?
I think 450 pounds landing on him is not going to feel well.
No, I don't either, but I don't really see how a turtle is going to suplex anybody, considering the shell kind of gets in the way. But make an unarmed attack roll. You only get one. This will be a full-ass action
That's
kind
fine.
of thing. You don't get your bonus action to make a secondary attack.
You should have climbed to the top of the turnbuckle and did
Ah!
an elbow
Well,
drop.
no. See, no, that's fine. You didn't miss. You didn't miss. You did not miss. I have to make a strength check. This is kind of like the whole push attack thing. This is wrestling. There's no such thing as wrestling in D&D5e.
Yeah, the people's shell.
Times
So,
you wish you had John Cena's theme song.
oh God. Oh God. All right, so making the strength check. I have to beat an 11 or else I'm about ready to get shell shocked. I got a 7.
Shell shock.
Okay, so Susie Q, what I would like you to do is I want you to roll critical damage for your unarmed attack. Awesome. Okay, so you pick him up, slam him behind you. He bounces twice, lands prone. There.
That's fine.
And I will even put prone on him. We're making up rules by the seat of our pants here, ladies and gentlemen. We have no idea what we're doing. We're just going to fuck with everything. Okay. For those of you out there who like to watch Raw, and I don't mean like WWE Raw kind of thing. No, I'm talking about like, rules as written. Nope, we have gone well beyond that script at this point. All right, Roos, it is your turn.
Well, let's move up to this recently prone gentleman and apply some pipe.
I almost snarfed my coffee. All right, so you walk up and you're like, okay, bitch. We got a Warriors moment coming in. Warriors, come out and play, yay. Critical hit with a pipe. Ouch. You bean him upside the head. Wha-pang! Do you have anything else you would like to do?
Just look down on him, like as a bonus action.
Okay. Alrighty. Jim Jar does nothing. He just stays back there. Eldeth stays back there. Catal.
All right. Seeing as how the rope bridge is pretty populated, I'm gonna come right about here, and I'm gonna. Would that give me line of sight to the elite warrior?
Target him for me, and we will see. Now, nope, it does not give you line of sight, unfortunately. Now, if you were that 5-step north, yes, that does give you line of sight.
Awesome. I'm gonna go ahead and fireball the shit out of him, hopefully.
Awesome. Roll a 1 and hit the bridge, please.
Do
You
it,
have
do
the
it, do it.
materials for fireball?
Why am I rolling it? Oh, because he's prone.
Because he's prone, that's right. So prone creatures have you have disadvantage to attack a prone creature. So, and it's automatic in Fantasy Grounds.
Yep. All right, so that does nothing. I'll pass the turn.
Awesome. All right, so Turvy and Topsy are both fighting with each other still. The prince is still going on a soliloquy. And Torque.
All right, so it will be Sacred Flame again on the final draw.
Awesome. Oh, he succeeds. No damage.
Bummer.
Wah, wah.
That's my action, so carrying.
Oh, you guys and the puns tonight. Eldeth does nothing. Mist, it is your turn first.
Gonna go into the room,
Okay.
and I'm gonna grab me a hand crossbow.
Awesome. Go ahead and add that to your sheet. The hand crossbow has a little bit of a like a quiver or something that's stuck to the side of it that has some darts in it. I'll say 6 darts. So you may also add 6 darts as you're adding the hand crossbow to yourself. Or quarrels, or whatever they call them.
Or crossbow bolts.
Yeah.
All right, I'll figure that out.
Thank you, sir. And Chi-Chi.
Okay. We're going to move up there.
Okay.
And we're going to pickle, tickle, and roll him off the bridge.
Pickle, tickle, and roll him off the bridge.
Yep.
So you're going to reach down, grab a hold of his pinga, and
roll him off the fucking bridge.
by his pinga.
By his pinga, there's not a man alive who can resist that shit. I don't know what it is. We grab a hold and you guys go like stupid or something. You're like, I'm not moving. I'm not moving. I
blood
can
rushes
breathe.
to
I'm not
somewhere else.
moving. And I'm going to roll him off the bridge.
Which way, left or
Shits and
right?
giggles. You know what? That's a pretty big drop to the right. I like that.
Okay. All right. So
Right
go
hand
I
ahead.
think there's rocks down there. That makes me happier.
Okay. All right. So go ahead and roll me a push attack against him. He will have advantage on his side because he is currently laying down. Now, I just have to kind of work inside the framework of the rule set. So it'll be
Strength roll?
actually for you, since you are a little Miss Unarmed Attack Lady, go ahead and use your unarmed attack instead of a strength.
Okay.
No, he has advantage, not you. Oh, that's right, because it is a hit because it's considered because he's prone.
Because he's
Ah. Well, he has advantage as well, so.
So then it's just a regular roll. Right?
Okay, so he fails. You have him by his pinga. And roll him. Oh, God.
Off the fucking bridge.
Off the bridge. Probably. Yeah.
I think she would probably rip it off. I don't know if the penis is strong
No,
enough
I'm not
to
trying
turn
to
somebody
cause him.
over.
I'm not trying to hurt him. I'm just trying to roll his ass off the bridge.
Okay, I'm not trying to hurt him. I'm just grabbing him by the penis and throwing him off a bridge. But I'm not trying to hurt him.
Susie
I
is
said
Lorraine
I'm
a
trying
hobbit.
to kill him. There's
No, I'm just saying that the logistics of grabbing somebody's penis and trying to turn them with it. I think you'd actually rip it off instead of turn them.
Yeah. I'm sorry. The guy's dead.
They literally take a lot of abuse before they rip off. Just saying.
Now I'm getting scared.
Yeah,
Just
me
jump
too.
off.
Help me! I need an adult. I'm blinking rapidly. Pizza's my safe
Hey, look
word.
at that. I am an adult.
Oh God, help! All right, so that one is off the bridge. Okay, it is currently Ront's turn.
Yay.
Ront is grabbing a thing that is not here in the sheet, most likely.
Yep, he probably wants a two-handed weapon.
Yep, he's grabbing a great axe that he suddenly pulls out from underneath a table in a pocket that does not exist. So that way he can have what is on his character sheet, which is a great axe. All right, Stool. Stool is shadow boxing on Chi-Chi's shoulder at this point. Turvy and the rest of the crew will swarm the armory, and they will all begin collecting their armor and their weapons and all the rest of that shit that they should normally have.
So are we out of combat?
I will say at this point you guys are out of combat. I will go ahead and I will clear the initiative. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all the NPCs and I am going to put them back here in this room. Back where you guys started, okay? I'm going to put all of you guys in or around the armory. You are free to go ahead, unless one of you wants to go out and find more trouble while everybody else is looking.
How do you say, is that Cathol? Cathol?
Katol.
Cathol. So, Cathol, you want to be more careful with those flame bolts, man? These are silk rope bridges. They
What are you,
set aflame
Cheech?
easily.
You sound like Cheech Marin. Hey, man, I just don't know. I walk out here and you're throwing these fireball things and Dave's not here, man.
Back where I come
Papi
from,
Chulo, you don't worry about him. Don't worry about him, Papi Chulo. It's okay. It's okay.
I just don't want to die in a burst of flame.
No worries, Papi Chulo. He's not going to set anything on
Oh
fire.
my God. All right, for my spellcasters in the party. For my spellcasters, even though it's not listed in the sheet, okay, not listed in the armory, you guys can go to the player's handbook and you can pull out your spellcasting focus. So a holy symbol for Torek and like a wand or a crystal or whatever for Catal. Since the two of you are the spellcasters, the two of you can go ahead and grab those, or else you wouldn't be able to cast like your first level spells.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God, Susie is triggering the living shit out of our Puerto Rican viewer. All right. Now, while you guys are doing this, I'm going to allow the following. There are, as you can see, there are a number of NPCs that are with you. there are, well, that are still alive. There are a number of them that are also corpses or that have been knocked over. For example, like the poor crazy Sverf Neblin bastard that fell, I'm sorry, the Durgar bastard who fell over the bridge. One moment, please. Susie Q is on the phone for a business call. So one moment, please.
Up?
All right. I had to wait till she was out of the room before I continued my my spiel. So I'm going to allow you guys to pick 4 NPCs to travel with you. Now, this has to be a group effort here, okay? So all 6 of you have to agree on what 4 you want to keep with you. The other 4 will travel by themselves out of here.
What runt?
I'm gonna take Eldith.
Okay, so I'm going to start moving them off to the sides here.
I'm sure Chi-Chi would want her stool buddy.
I don't know about the twins though. They were kind of worthless unless they got skills, but they didn't say so in the last session.
I'm not saying anything.
The prince might be handy to have though.
So I
Yeah,
wonder
he
if
is
the
a-
prince is related to those critters I saw up in the other room.
Colgoths?
Garlox or whatever they are.
Colgoths?
Yeah, Colgates, palm olives.
I'd say Stool and the prince, Eldith and the orc.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree with that selection.
You like that selection?
Grimstar. Do we have a thief?
Yeah.
Yes.
Mist is a thief. You're the ranger. Susie is a monk.
Okay.
Katal is a wizard. Roos is a fighter. Paladin. Sorry, paladin. Oh, by the way, Roos, go ahead and take a holy symbol for yourself as well, or else you're not gonna be able to utilize like half of your shit that's coming up. And Torek
Yeah,
is
we're
your
fine with those
cleric.
Then we should be good.
So on inventory, there's no like backpacks or bags or belts or anything.
Yeah,
Are we
there's
gonna
nothing
worry about that or no?
You guys can grab. There are a total of 4 bags. Okay. I'm not gonna put them in the sheet, but there are 4 bags. They're made out of spider silk. That's what this stuff was all hanging in. So whatever you guys don't take, you can just basically kind of throw on the table, and we will go from there. But okay, so Susie is on this call at the moment, guys. We're about an hour and a half into our 3-hour session, so this is actually kind of a good spot to take a quick break while we wait for Susie Q to come back, and you guys are going through your equipment and all the rest of that kind of stuff. So why don't we take like a 10-minute break? People can go to the bathroom, do that kind of thing, and when we come back, everybody should be all equipped and ready to go. So how's that sound, guys?
Cool.
Sounds good. But hey, all you rogues, grab all the caltrops. They're not gonna weigh anything, and we need to get the hell out of here. We need.
Then I need one of
so
those bags.
All right, so chat, we are going to be back in just a couple minutes. We are going to take a really quick break, and we will be right back. So while we're doing that here, let's give you some music to play with. Maybe if it wants to load.
What are the iron spikes? Are they just iron spikes like caltrops?
What you use for hammering into the.
Yeah, I got the hammer.
I thought those
And
were
some
for
rope.
pound.
And for my chat, you guys who are out there, if you guys are making clips of things, definitely be sure to like send me a link or something to let me know that you guys have made a clip and tell me kind of like what's in it. Susie and I are going to start collecting some of these clips that we've been getting especially over the last month, because we've had some really hilarious fucking games lately. And we're going to start collecting them, and we're going to put all the clips together in like a little clip show and put that up on YouTube at like the beginning of the following month for everything that's been all screwy and goofy and shit like that. So definitely, please send me those links. For those of you who have yet to do so, we have extra games. I have 2 spots open in tomorrow afternoon's session of Tomb of Annihilation. It's my European group because they start at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, 3 o'clock Eastern time. And tomorrow is session number 1, and we have 2 spots open in that. So if you want to check that out, by all means, please be sure to check that out. And there's our Discord link. And if you want to playtest Grim and the Wicked, which is a campaign module that I am writing, if you want to be part of the playtest group, definitely be sure to come and check us out. And here's the playtest information if you would like to check it out. Otherwise, we'll be back in like 10-ish minutes. For my players, just to let you know, we are currently leaving the microphones open so people can hear you speak to each other behind the music. So don't say anything too terribly bad while I stand up and get away from my desk for a minute and go make myself another cup of coffee and possibly a beer.
So what were you guys all in for? Or did everybody walk away?
No, I'm still here. Katal's still here. I was chasing a drow raiding party away from my city, and I ran into their leader, a drow priestess, and the lights went out. And here I am.
Cool. Well,
blame
not
it,
cool
baby.
that you got caught.
Yeah. It's better now. We're out for now. I mean, I guess I can't call it out. We're still technically underground, but
We're
Well-
armed and gregarious.
I live underground, so it's my home. I was on a bounty hunt, and they captured me.
What bounty were you looking for?
Wouldn't you like to know? Don't give away my bounties, because then people will take them from me.
Sleep with one eye open then.
Good. That's how I do it.
I find it funny that we've been playing for like 5 or 6 hours now, and we've made it a total of like 15 feet from where we started.
This is out of the abyss. It's hard to get out of this area. And you actually need to work together with each other, because it's very difficult to get out of here. So I'm trying to
I
get a
have my
role
cup of
play
coffee.
session going so we can do a little planning.
No, wouldn't you know it? I just drank my last beer yesterday and I haven't got any more. Damn it.
Oh,
Wah, wah.
Well, at least your games don't go super late, so
Yeah, that was one of the things that when Susie and I were discussing doing these patron games, we were discussing how long we wanted them to go and stuff. And Susie typically can't role play on a Thursday night because she works Friday mornings. So I was like, well, why don't we just do 3 hours? And then we're like, well, why don't we do all 4 of the games that are for the patrons for 3 hours apiece instead? Kind of makes them a little bit more concise. And we can kind of be a little bit more freewheeling. We can get into these scenes where we're being all silly and goofy and stuff, but still actually get some stuff accomplished. Don't really need to take a break most of the time. There have been plenty of episodes where I have not taken breaks yet, kind of thing. So it's been fun. It's definitely been fun. This is a slightly different, because I'm used to running 4+ hours, and 3 hours is like way short. Good Lord, what is going on with Discord? Does anybody else see that the list on the right side of Discord is all like grayed out? Huh. Must just be me then. I must be getting some sort of update or something on my Discord. Well, that's kind of funny. We are still in our break here, ladies and gents, but I just want to remind all of you who have just begun watching with us that you guys can use your stream experience points and your cheer bits to go ahead and help or hinder the player characters. If you want to screw with the players, you want to give them cursed items, you want to heal the NPCs or give the NPCs advantage on stuff or whatever, you guys can heal them and do all the rest of that stuff by using your stream experience points or bits. Which is your cheer bits when you're cheering and you do like a 200 cheer, which, by the way, thanks Furied Fate earlier on for doing a 200 cheer, which puts her ahead of Mr. Clancy for the month by 1. And Urash is still our bit boss, so he was able to soak that one up. But yeah, you guys can definitely use those points and start screwing with the players. I have no problem with that. We have 2 players who have cursed items already. Susie Q is going to be discovering that she has a little creature crawling out of the woodwork here in a minute that will be crawling into her shell with her, and that is a pet that the chat bought her. So she is our Poke collector, even though it appears that Mist is the one who has the Pokeball. Now, what's really unusual is I don't hear a single one of my players talking. I don't see them lit up either, so they must have all walked away. Oh, goody. They can't hear me in voice chat. Well then, that means that I have to restart my Discord. Fucking great, right guys? Must be the newest update has just come through.
And they had 2 guards stationed outside the door.
There, now I can hear you guys.
There you go.
I've been talking away and everything to chat, usually, but I'm like, my players are just not saying a damn word. This is weird.
We played like 4 sessions.
We're just super rude. We were ignoring you.
Oh, that's fine too. That's absolutely fine. Y'all muted me and I didn't know it. You know, that kind of shit.
We played 4 sessions of trying to figure out how to get out of the prison cell with all this going on, and we didn't have any clothes, just loincloths and no rocks or anything to pick the lock with. So
oh my god.
We all quit because it was like, how do we get out of this jail cell?
Well, you guys are out. I'm a little bit nicer about that. So.
Well, I know you're nicer about that. I'm saying that GM was, oh my god, horrible with it.
So, the only one who is not back yet is Susie Q. So what we are going to do is, because she's actually speaking to one of her clients, as she has mentioned multiple times, ladies and gentlemen, she is basically a social worker, and she's on call this weekend. Memorial Day weekend, of all weekends, she has to be on call during this weekend. And one of her clients is having a huge issue right now. So we are just going to go ahead and move on without her. I just noticed that the chat is kind of wonkadoodle in our stuff here. So let me fix that.
Wonky
You know what I
is a
really wish
technical
they-
term, right?
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Is that isn't that the networking term?
Yes, it is the networking term. Wonkadoodle is the networking term for when something is not doing what it's supposed to be doing. There we go. That's taken care of. So that actually lines up properly now.
Hey, Gio, am I allowed to grab a dagger, or was my wand my one
You can
item?
grab whatever you want.
You can grab, yeah, if it's in the party sheet, you can grab from there. Now I know
All right.
Torek gave a bunch of stuff to Eldeth. Eldeth is good at taking a set of leather armor, and she is going to be taking a warhammer that she pulls out of absolutely nowhere, and a longbow that she pulls out of absolutely nowhere. And
Can I pull a short bow out of nowhere?
Can you pull a short bow out? No, you cannot pull a short bow out unless it is there in the. Yeah, you guys have to go by what's there. The NPCs, on the other hand, are going to be pulling out their stuff that is on their character sheet.
You said the hand crossbows come with 6 bolts.
Yep.
Yep. I mean, even now that the combat is over and you don't have to worry about going like round to round, action to action kind of thing, you can actually take as many of that stuff as you want to take. So I'm
Okay.
But do the
absolutely fine with that.
do the hand crossbows use crossbow bolts, or because you said darts?
They are supposed to use darts, okay?
Oh,
But the way they have it in this module, they have them as crossbow bolts instead. They're not supposed to be. So when you put them on your character
Okay.
sheet, they're not supposed to be crossbow bolts. They're supposed to be hand crossbow darts. And keep in mind, every one that you drag over equals 20. So there's
Yeah.
like
So
400
therefore,
of them there to begin with.
are these
So
quivers or just bolts?
they are like these weird little quivers that you can kind of attach to the side of the hand crossbow.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab 2 of them at least then.
Thank you, Boffrin, for tossing some of those clips in there. I know that we're all being absolutely ridiculously silly today. So once everybody is all set, I will set here. I'm going to throw in the chat again another vote to let me know if you guys are. No, we do not want that to be like that. No, no, no. We're not televising links to various locations that are super secret. I'll put another vote in the chat that is telling me whether or not you're ready, as in you have the equipment that you want from the stuff that is there. A check mark is yes, and X is no. Susie Q will be blank because she is not at her computer at the moment. She's actually going to be away for probably another 5 or 10 minutes.
yeah, we were talking before the game started about blocking off our work calendars so that nobody contacted us when we were playing today.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, Susie and I were actually going to go out of town this weekend because we didn't have any games really scheduled or planned or anything like that going on this weekend. And we were going to go away. We're going to go to the lake because the lake opens this weekend. For those of you who have been around for a while, you know what I mean by the lake. I will not go into what the lake is at the moment. But Susie and I were going to go up to the lake, and we were going to go and enjoy because May has been a fucked up month for us. I mean, between my grandfather dying, her stepfather getting his leg cut off, yeah, thousands of other weird things. Our kids have prom and graduating, and all sorts of things are going on this month. That we needed time for us, and we were going to get away. And then she got told last week or earlier this week that she was going to be on call this weekend. So we can't go to the lake where there's no reception on a 4-day weekend when she has the on-call bag. Wah, wah. Oh, well. So, all right, so I'm going to start off with you guys. We're going to leave the stuff in the party sheet for the time being until Susie comes back so she can take some stuff for Chi-Chi. But who have all of you decided? What 4 have you decided you want to keep with you?
I think it's before you move to the door, by the door.
Okay,
Yeah.
so Ront, Eldeth, Stool, and Prince Darendil are going to be the 4 that you keep. So Jim
What about
Jar
Shushar?
and Shushar?
Well, I'm asking the rest of the party. What about Shushar? Do you guys remember him saying what he did, where he's from?
That guy's crazy.
No, the
Shushar is
crazy
not the
one.
one who's really too crazy. Here, I'll show you a portrait of him so you guys can see him a little bit better. There you go. That
the
is
real
Shushar.
crazy guy ran off a cliff.
Yeah, the crazy guy ran off the cliff. And off the cliff he went last game session. You may run into him again because, come on, we all know crazy don't die. So
No.
Shushar is a Kuatoa. He will let you know that. And he appears to be a warrior of some kind.
Don't trust him.
I don't know. I mean, It's him or Prince Darendil. And
For that matter, I don't trust any of you. So
I mean, Darendil just talks.
Oh, yes.
You haven't even seen anything he does. So
Yeah, but he has a lead to civilization, though.
does he?
he's really a prince. He's a freaking Kogoth.
He says that he is a polymorphed elf. He was an elf prince that was polymorphed to look like a Quaggoth.
Yeah, and I can sell ice to Eskimos.
Well, he does speak relatively well for a Quaggoth. If he was a Quaggoth, he speaks insanely well for one.
Do any of you guys speak Elvish?
Not I.
I don't.
Nope.
I do.
Try to talk to him in Elvish.
That would be a really easy way of determining whether or not he is what he says he is, or at least if he can speak Elvish, because Quaggoth, and this is a freebie because you got a couple of Svirfneblin, you got a dwarf and stuff in the party. Between the three of you, you'd know that Quaggoth don't typically speak anything other than Undercommon and maybe Drow at best.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, give it a shot. See if he responds back in Elvish.
Okay, so Mist, you speak in Elvish. And
I think that would be
the prince gets all high and mighty and responds to Mist in what sounds like, to the rest of you who don't speak Elvish, sounds like Elvish.
I look to Mist.
Does
What,
the dialect sound
what's going on?
perfect?
You wouldn't know if the dialects sound perfect. Mist, on the other hand, it sounds like that the prince is speaking a dialect of probably Everesca or around Silvery Moon in the north of the Faerun. So up somewhere near the Silver Marches.
Take him.
That's good enough for me.
And you can use that, the question you just asked, you can use that information as his response.
Technically, we should understand anyway because of the little poop mushroom, right?
Right. The little poop mushroom is definitely helping a lot of that stuff.
Well, since you understood Gnomish, then I was saying to the other gnomes that we were going to be raped by Seraph because he had a hard on.
Whoa.
Yeah.
He chatted that to me, and I was just like, "Oh, I missed that."
Yeah. Sarath was actually aroused over the fact that he could fight more drow, and his pants were a little tight. His loincloth was a little tight on him.
Yeah, that's why when I was walking away from him, I was like, "Yep, walking against the wall. It's going to stay away from him."
Yep, he was pitching a little pup tent.
On both ends now. Because he has an arrow in his ass.
Yes, because now he has a bolt sticking out of his ass. So, all right. So, our little poop shroom stool, he is going to go with you. He now believes that he is also a boxer, and he kind of stands and dances on Chi-Chi's shoulder and kind of shadow boxes.
If Groot was penis shaped.
Yes, if Groot was a penis, it would be stool.
Mm-hmm. You know what's funny is myconoids are actually humanoid shapes, but they made him look like a freaking mushroom.
I know. Well, it's because he's a baby. So there we go. I will put these guys kind of by the person they are most willing to speak to.
Chi-Chi the Shell Raiser, and you got Stool Tyson on her shoulder.
Yep.
So Mark, you picked up 60 caltrops?
Yeah, I can give some to you if you want them. I just took them all. I didn't want to leave them here.
I got 20 of them. I'm just saying that you took them up, the rest of them. That's fine.
Are caltrops those sharp things you throw on the floor?
D4s. A D4 is probably the perfect way of saying it. If anybody's ever stepped on a D4 in the middle of the night, oh yeah.
Yep.
An old school D4 with the sharp edges.
I have some old
jumping
school
jacks.
ones that are made out of metal. that I actually got
ouch.
as a reward for being a GM for a convention. They're by Skull Splitter Dice, which, by the way, Skull Splitter Dice does not, help us here. They are not one of our sponsors for our stream, but Skull Splitter Dice are actually pretty fucking cool. And they've got some dice that actually have spikes and shit that stick out of them. It's really
Oh
awesome.
God.
Mhm. And they're called skull splitters because you can actually split people's skulls with them.
Yes. So, but yeah, that's what we got going on. There is, I have stepped on those. They have sharp sides. They're kind of like a Barbie boob or a Lego in the middle of the night. They fucking
Oh
hurt.
man.
Or jumping jacks. Those are worse.
Yep. But the thing is, I've never stepped on a jumping jack in my entire life.
I
So,
have.
I'm going to
It hurts.
remove the guys that are not going with you. So Jim Jar is not going with you.
We push them off the edge.
No, you don't want to push these guys off the edge. Topsy and Turvy are like, what the fuck? Fine, we're out. And they leave. And
Go home.
and Shusar, which I'm happy you guys got rid of because I couldn't say his fucking name. He
Two-Star Redemption gone.
yeah, he goes back to Gungan land. He's gonna go find Jar Jar Binks and slap the fucking taste out of his mouth.
I
Yes.
wanted us to pick him just so you could talk like the Gungan. That would've been
You guys
fun
just
to
like it when
watch.
I'm making weird noises and shit.
Mhm.
So, all right. So for the time being, Chi-Chi and Stool are gonna stay back over this direction, off the map a little bit, because she is settling some shit going on there. So who knows when Susie will be ready to actually play. So we will continue on with our adventure. So you guys have gotten yourselves all sorts of partied up. You have picked up a couple of extra people. Eldeth, you discover Torek now that you're able to talk to her a little bit, and you watch her get dressed, which is kind of a moment. Actually, matter of fact, make me a charisma saving throw, Torek, in the tower.
Nice. I'm gonna.
Hey, so you guys
I want to
know-
see how much of a gentleman you are. That's what I want to see. I want to see how much of a gentleman you are.
Since I'm a ranger, my favorite terrain is the Underdark, so we're good.
Okay, so that's good. All right, we're able to move along pretty well with that.
Didn't pitch 10 either.
Well, okay, so it is really obvious. Now, Stool's ability, what he does is he allows you to speak to each other basically telepathically. And you turn your back. You're a gentleman. And you turn your back to Eldeth and kind of shield her from the rest of the group while she's getting dressed in her armor. She gets dressed in leather armor that's actually pretty freaking tight. I mean, it pushes things up and out of locations. The
Nice.
problem is her thoughts. Her thoughts are a little racy. And, well, you all hear them, but they're focused at Torek. And it's a little disconcerting for you, Torek. So your face is almost as red as her hair by the time she's done getting ready. Yeah.
We could set up a curtain for you two.
Think of, what was it, Angelina Jolie, who was in Entrapment? Is that right? I think. Is that right?
Didn't see it.
Okay, well, Sean Connery, I think it was Angelina Jolie, and in one scene...
No.
she's
Oh
gonna-
no. That was Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Okay,
Yep.
Catherine Zeta-Jones, yep. And she gets dressed in the leathers before she goes on the mission.
Yep.
That is what's happening here, okay? She is being her stubby little dwarfy best to do her Catherine Zeta-Jones to Torek. And Torek has his back to it, but he can hear her thought the entire time. So Torek is
All right.
red-faced. Thankfully, the rest of you have a lot of this image blocked out of you because Prince Darendil is going on and on and on still. Did it go down? Fuck.
Nope, I hear you.
Okay, so you can hear me. Okay, all right. All right, so it looks like one person at a time is going to have the Discord is going to be dropping on them. Because like I see that
Anybody
Susie is like entirely out of Discord entirely.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like the Discord servers on my left side, periodically all of them keep going down, up and down.
So yeah.
On the East Coast over here.
God damn you, Discord! We're trying to run a game here.
Gotta love those Thursday night updates.
Yes, I know. Stream can hear me, and they are very important to everything that is going on. Okay, so we start moving forward. All right, so Torik's like, get me the fuck out of here. Get me here. All right.
Or do you want to stay behind Torg with Eldeth?
Eldeth.
I was hoping she'd be riding my ass.
She's gonna ride you like a fucking pony. Eldeth is a scout. Okay. Eldeth
So
is
am
a
I.
scout. Ront is a fighter. He is not a barbarian. He is a fighter. Prince Darendil is a noble. He is a prince. And Stool is a fighter.
So that's Darendil's profession, is he's a prince.
Yes, he is a
Oh,
prince, and that is that. Now, Ront has kind of attached himself to Catal. He likes Catal to the point where it's like he follows Catal around. As Catal's getting ready and getting himself dressed and stuff, Ront stands there like a big angry Klingon almost kind of thing. He's just like, go away. Yes, chat, Stool is a fighter. Stool is a fighter. What does Stool fight with? Rats, probably.
You will see when he fights.
When he fights with his fists. We hope those are
Methane.
fists.
They
Methane.
transform out of his.
All right, so Torek, you move up to the door. Thank you for the perception check. That's perfect. Also, roll me a d6 in the tower.
Can we see any more to the southeast?
Oh, yep. Let me open that up a little bit over there. Okay, very good. Now, Torek, you will hear nothing behind this door.
Hey, Mr. Dwarf, dude, maybe you want to let the scouts ahead?
Go ahead.
There you go. All right, so that's what you see. You see more of a landing to the south. And you can also see, you know what? I'll even kind of open this up a little bit because you got some Sverf Nebulins and shit in there that have some pretty far dark vision.
Super dark vision.
I'm hugging the wall so they can get past me.
Okay. You can see some other stuff over that way. Now, you also know that over in this direction, there's a lift that goes down below. It goes down to the basic part of the cave floor. I will actually open that area up for you so you can see where it is. Because all of you have been slaves for some amount of time, except for Sam, who this is his first time here. He's not been given the grand tour as of yet.
Nope. I was hot on the trail, so I'm not going to say.
Hot on the trail of a hot piece.
The thing across the little bridge by Torek is another stalactite that comes down.
Yes.
And
Yep. There's one there by Torek. That's a stalactite tower. That you know that is where the priestess usually is. A number of you have had to lick her boots clean inside this tower. To the south of that, to the southwest, is another one. It's kind of southwest of Sam at the moment. That is a barracks where some of you have had to go clean out chamber pots. And then the one that is all the way down to the southeast or southwest, I'm sorry, is another barracks. You have had to clean the chamber pots there as well.
Draw low the
should
rest
we
of them.
try and take out the priestess before the barracks wake up? Or do
Might
we
not
try
be
to,
a
do the
good
old
idea.
college dorm trick and penny her door so she can't get out?
I'm sure she's got spells to work through that.
You did say that the spellcasters found components, right?
They found focuses. So anything that requires a component, they can use their focus instead. Unless it's some sort of ridiculous thing, like 1,000 gold piece gem or something.
Yeah, like the one. What is it? The low level one that uses a diamond.
Chromatic orb.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. So we're debating on barracks or priestess?
Yep.
We should take out their commander.
I would scout a little further ahead. I'm going to stand guard by the door.
I don't know about the priestess guy because you guys met her, seen her. What is she like?
She's a bitch.
Right, I'm gonna kind of go here, but I'm gonna do it stealthy like.
Okay, so go ahead and roll me
I
your
already
stealth.
rolled my stealth.
Nice. Very good. Thank you, sir. All right, so you will zip right up there, all super stealthy like. Now, there is a door immediately to your right and to your left. There's also 2 doors to the south of you. You can see another door right here. And one right here next to you. I wish there was easier shapes in Fantasy Grounds to be able to use this stuff other than free willy-nilly
Is that
stuff.
door like the prison gate door? 'Cause it's big,
No,
or
this is
something?
solid. The 3 that you see here are all solid. Mist, you've been one of the longer people who've been here, if I remember correctly from my notes. Let me see here. Mist, you've been here for 10 days. So you would know that that is the main hall immediately to your right. And then those are 2 more barracks to the south of you.
And when we were in the barracks, how many pairs of boots did we have to deal with, or how many chamber pots do we have to empty, or do we have any thought of how many people
In
are there?
there, you had to deal with a total of 6 sets of boots in each of the ones to the south. 6 sets each.
And how does the door open in or out? From the barracks?
They all open into the rooms beyond, so away from you currently.
The main chamber door, same.
Yep.
And the priestess one opens into her little stalactite.
Yes.
All right, I think we should try and take out the priestess because she's a bitch and she needs to die.
Yes, she is a bitch. She is a raving see you next Tuesday.
All right.
Isn't it funny how the drow are always associated with S&M?
She has all the personality of a yeast infection and none of the flavor.
And this ain't your daily, your average brewer's yeast either. Roos, do you want to take point on this?
I can do this.
All right, I'll step aside so Roos can get over there.
All right.
And is this one of these slinky, silky, ropey bridges, or is this more substantial?
Which one?
Rope
One we're
bridge
on.
to the priestess's stalactite.
It's a little bit slinky, but the thing is, it's not very long. So it doesn't have a lot of sway to it. It's actually pretty stable, pretty sturdy, and a lot of people have traveled over it. Now, Roos, when you walk up to the door, you will notice that it has the symbol of a spider on it.
Neat.
Drow sure love their spiders.
They sure do.
Yep. Well, I have a spider with me right here. I have a spider with me right here.
Yeah.
I'll put it on the door, and I'll say to Roos, hold, I've got a spell that will help you. And then I'll prep guidance to tap him with it and before we start our initiative.
Okay, not a problem.
You put the spider on the door and then tap him with guidance?
Okay, Susie Q, since you have rejoined us at this point. Yay, welcome back, Susie Q. In the party sheet, Susie, there is some stuff that you guys found in this armory. I kind of set you back away from everybody so we could kind of move forward without you, but you are welcome to take anything that is in that party sheet and add it to your character sheet as equipment if you would like any of it. Now, you cannot use armor because of being a turtle. You are not allowed to use armor. You can use a shield, but you're a monk, so you probably don't want one of those.
No, I think I'm good.
You think you're good? You don't want any of the stuff that's there.
Nope. I got my claws. I come as a Mobile Cuisinart?
Okay, so you come as one single
So-
package. Gotcha. Now
Exactly.
this is my last call for you, gentlemen and Susie. Anybody want anything else out of the party sheet? Because if you don't, I'm deleting it.
Hey, I'm a lady.
No, you're not.
Negative.
All right.
Good.
Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1, and I like that. Mist is like, give me crossbow bolts. Give me crossbow bolts.
Always gotta have ammo.
No doubt.
Poof.
Yeah, but you really carry so much weight.
All right, so Susie, our plan here is that Roos is going to bash through that door if you want to join us. We're going to kill this priestess if she's at home.
Yeah. Why don't you guys catch Susie up real quick on what's going on, like who you chose as the NPCs you want to travel with you and that kind of stuff.
We
Okay.
kept the orc. We kept Stool for you, of course, because you'd probably kill the entire party if we didn't. I kept my girlfriend, and yeah, we tested the elf with Elvish language, and come to find out he is true to what he says. Whether that he's a prince or not, we don't know. He's
But he
obviously
speaks flawless Elvish.
Yep.
So no topsy and turvy?
No.
No, they seem pretty useless, and they didn't seem very interested in joining us. However, we did find out that the Kuatoa is a fighter, and they all took off together, so they're probably safe.
Okay, good. Whatever.
Yep.
We'll meet up with them if we meet up with them.
Yep, there may be an opportunity in the future that you guys will run into some of the NPCs at a later date. Now, what would be really funny
Right.
is if you ran into the mad-ass, Duergar that ran screaming off the off the platform
Fucking
last game
weird, right?
session.
Yeah, and
Okay.
so in other details, the two barracks are to the south of us in the round towers, and we think there's 6 drow or so in each if they're all in there.
All right, swiggity swooty, let's kick some drow booty.
And
Yeah.
Roos is standing in front of the temple where the lady who is in charge, that is where her domicile is.
Oh yeah, I'll be up there with them because I'm a if need be they can use me as a battering ram. I
Well,
just tuck at my shell and away I go.
well, gentlemen and ladies, I'd prefer to do the stealthy way because I don't want to face off 18 drow at once.
That's why you got the caltrops. Put them by the door.
Okay, so we will start off with, since Roos is right there by the door, he's got guidance cast on him by Torek, so that will give him, what is it, an extra D4? Or D6, or advantage, what is it?
It's a D4.
D4. Okay, so it gets D4 to one roll for you, Roos. Chi-Chi is up there to help you as well, so you'll get advantage
Yep.
because Chi-Chi is giving you the aid action, the help action. So Roos, you may roll a strength check at advantage plus a D4. So roll the D4 first, and add that to your modifier button down in the lower left-hand corner of Fantasy Grounds, and then hit the advantage button and roll.
Wait a minute.
Math.
Math! Oh shit, it's math! Okay, so put that 3, which you can actually just drag and drop it right into your modifier if you want to, right out of the chat. You just drop it down there.
All right. We got advantage. We got a modifier.
And now
Here
do
you
that
go.
strength check. Awesome. All right, so with a 19. All right.
Torek,
You are able to collide with the door, and it does not budge. Now, the spider on the door that Torek put there, so the little spider from his beard, that he put there, he's kind of crawling around on the symbol, and the symbol is beginning to glow this weird purplish glow.
Back up.
Back up.
Fire in the hole.
Are we in combat order yet or no? Or
No, you are not in combat order.
All right. See those 2 5-foot squares?
Mm-hmm.
A bag of caltrops is going in each.
Okay, not a problem.
I intentionally left that little space so that I can sneak you through there if I need to get around it.
Yeah, we're backing up.
Okay, not a problem. I'm gonna just put Stool over here on the waterfall because I'm getting sick and tired of moving his ass around. And I will put Roos right in front of Chi-Chi. My God, these names of these characters, I swear to you. Okay.
Flip, because I'm going to protect him with my shell.
Okay. Because you are a hero on a half shell. Okay. I would like Mist and Sam to roll me a perception check in the tower each, at advantage, both of you. Because Roos just made a shit ton of noise. Sam hears nothing. Mist, on the other hand, you hear some kind of guttural language from up and around the corner to the west, kind of towards the lift that is over there.
Shit.
Break real quick. We're gonna have to actually take a long rest before we can actually memorize spells, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so we're just armed with cantrips at this point.
Yep.
If we have chat from that chat you just put out there, Gio, if I understand Undercommon, can I tell the rest of the guys what they said?
Actually, at the moment, only Mist hears this.
Yep.
Got it.
That's why I didn't say anything, because I can understand Undercommon too.
Actually, there's a fair number of you. Mist can, Torek can, Katal can, and Sam can. So 4 out of the 6 of you can understand Undercommon. So, yeah. That makes it interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So, Mist, that is what you hear.
I whisper to Sam, hey, somebody heard us over by the lift.
All right.
Oh, Torek's right behind me. I whispered back to him, "Hey, somebody heard us."
Okay, then I will whisper back to the guys behind me and
Well, they're pretty far away.
hold my fist up and then zip mouth.
Okay, all right. Roos and Chi-Chi and Katal, who is like, Katal has dragged up the rear, like way. He's like, I got you back. I got you way back. I would like Chi-Chi and Roos to roll me an insight check. I would like Katal to roll me an insight check at disadvantage. All 3 of you in the tower for that. And I would like Torek to roll me a performance check in the tower.
Insight, right?
Yes, insight. And at this point, none
Lost
of you
in
can really.
translation.
At this point, I don't think any of you are going to fail in this one. Nope. All right, so thus far, everybody seems to understand. I'm just waiting to see what Roos's role is.
How do I get it in the tower?
What you do is you would drag the die from your character sheet over the tower and just drop it in the tower instead of in the chat. And what it does is it rolls it secretly. Yep, just like that. Torek, you rolled a 1 on your performance check. But that basically.
Are you drowning?
Yeah, basically that kind of sets in a reverse, kind of resets the idea of what you're trying to say. Chi-Chi understands you perfectly. She's like, oh, okay, he wants us to be quiet. There's something going on up there. He wants us to be quiet. Katal is like, what the hell is he doing up there? He's picking his nose, and what is he doing? And Roos is staring more or less at the door with the spider on it, and so it doesn't really notice what Torek is trying to do.
Bruce has got his full attention on this door, guys.
He's waiting for a Drider to pop out and try to eat his face.
These doors are dangerous.
Yes, because doors are dangerous. But at the moment, that door to the temple is not opening, and it seems that something to the south has heard you. So we are going to continue on from that.
We could use the key.
You guys don't know I have the key.
No, they
Oh,
don't. They don't know that you have the
I
key
never
yet.
told anybody.
Yep, because this is what Sam reached up his butt and pulled out at the end of the last game session.
I never showed anybody that yet. But I whispered to you what I did.
You did?
I readied my hand.
Okay. All right. I see. All right. Cool. All right. So you ready your hand crossbow, and you all sit there for a moment and roll initiative.
No, we got this backwards. All the ranged guys are in the front, and the melee guys are in the back.
That's funny.
Yeah. Well, we got one ranged person in the very, very back, and Ront is protecting him. So I'll pull Ront off the wall, so he's actually kind of like standing over Catal. I mean, Catal could almost ride on Ront. Ront would be his mount.
Actually, how high are the walls here?
The wall in and of itself that's on the right-hand side of where you guys are traveling, that goes all the way to the ceiling and kind of curves across the top of the ceiling and comes down on the left-hand side.
Our stealth is still in play, right?
Yeah, your stealth is still in play, so you guys are still good on that. Reminder, for those of you who are stealthing, you can only move half move.
Right, so I want to stealth over here since I'm first.
Alrighty, that will show what you see. You see two Quaggoth guards that are watching the, they're about ready to walk away from the lift to go see what noise just happened.
All right, I'm going to be as camouflaged and hidden and stealthy as I can right here.
You're going to stay right there. Gotcha.
And I'm going to have my crossbow ready to go if they come at me.
Awesome. Torek. The cat has snuck away.
Okay. Well, I will go ahead and I'll move up to there and then cast guidance on Sam.
Okay, not a problem. So you will cast guidance on him, and he will be all set and ready to go. Don't forget to target him and then hit your effect for guidance on him. All right. The Quaggoth, now, he does not notice Mist, and he will not notice Sam coming around the corner. But he hears something, and he steps right into the caltrops and howls in pain as he steps there and takes 1 point of damage and immediately stops his movement. As he jumps up and down. It's a horrible sound. It kind of sounds like a Yeti being butt-fucked by a Sasquatch with a...
You can stop there.
Susie just calls that Saturday. So,
Whoa. TMI Thursday.
I don't want to know who's making the sound. Could be either one.
It's the Yeti. Yeah, it's the Yeti. All right, so Sam, it's your turn.
I'm gonna move up just a little bit into the square with my crossbow still ready, and use my stone camouflage against the wall.
Okay. You'll have advantage and go nearly invisible as you turn into a stubby bit on the wall. Maybe.
+4 if he wants to use it.
Yeah,
plus
plus
D4.
4. Yeah, plus another D4 if you want to use it. Shit.
Ooh.
Holy shit. All right. So with a 26 stealth, he is now
Nice.
a nipple on the wall.
Oh yeah, past my turn.
Okay. Chi-Chi. You just heard that horrendous sound down there.
That's as far as I can go for right now.
Okay. And here comes the Cuisinart. Catal. All the way back there at the very back side. He's like, yeah, I'm safe back here.
Let's see. Does the Quaggoth? He probably sees Toric and Sam, right?
He sees Toric. He does not see Sam. And Chi-Chi is still kind of around behind the corner a little bit, and he's a little bit distracted by the sharp things in his feet.
Geo,
Okay.
out of character question, do we all have dark vision?
No, I think everybody has dark vision. Let me take a look. Chi-Chi does not. But in this cavern, it's okay.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask. Is there any light in the cavern?
There is a little bit of light in this cavern. All right, so Catal, you don't have a shot back here at all. When you're in that original square, you touched the wall by Chi-Chi, and in this square, you're touching the same wall as the mistress's stalagmite.
Okay. So.
By the way, for all of your references, if you target something on the map and then mouse over yourself, it'll give you a line between you and your target, and it'll show you if you're touching anything.
So if I move there and we got 5 more there, that still won't give me a shot, but at least I'll be closer.
Yep, that would be good.
That'll be my move.
Okie dokie. All right, Roos, it is your turn.
What's all this commotion? Move up to there.
I can barely hear you, Roos.
He's whispering. He doesn't want the.
Yeah.
Right.
He'll wake up the priestess.
Okay, so you come climbing forward. I'm going to move Sam back because he is actually almost an exact part of the wall. So as far as anybody's concerned, Sam is a piece of the terrain at this point. If you did not see him hide, which is anybody who is beyond that little bend here to the north of Roos, you will not know that Sam is there.
In that case, I'll just continue stomping up a little bit further and give a nod to Toric. Okay. And I will ready an action. If one of these furry creatures gets too close, I will stick it with a sword.
Okay. Now, I also want to mention the fact that the only people, as far as characters or NPCs that are friendly at this point, here, let me actually make them friendly so I don't have to keep fucking with them. Okay. The only PCs and friendly NPCs that know that the caltrops are on the floor are Mist, Sam, and Toric. Those are the only 3 who know that they're there. All the rest of you are up around the corner when they were laid out, and you will have the same penalties as the Quaggoths trying to move through the squares that are on there. You don't realize that those things have caltrops there.
I'll when he nods at me, I'm just going to quickly put my hand on his chest and then point towards the ground.
Which I think Roos would probably understand, noticing that the Quaggoth is jumping up and down with a jack stuck in his foot, that there's probably something on the ground right there.
Plus 4 Lego.
Yeah, there's Legos on the ground all over the place. So do you want to do anything else, Roos? You still have an action.
Hold my action if the Quaggoths get close. I'm going to stick them.
Gotcha. All right, you can go ahead and advance your turn then. All right, so this Quaggoth comes over and has no idea what the hell is going on to his buddy, but he'll stand next to him. Doesn't actually pass through the squares of the caltrops. He kind of walked literally right between them. and does not know what's going on. But he sees Roos and he sees Torek, and so he'll take a dash right at them, like "Rawr!" And he raises his hands. He takes a 5-foot step, steps right in the caltrops, and goes "Arr! Arr!" Takes a point of damage and immediately ends his turn right there as the as he steps on a caltrop, and he too starts doing the caltrop dance. And by the way, thank you so very much for that follow, Zurith. Okay, so Eldeth, she moves forward and kind of up here by Catal. Can she see? Nope, she can't see shit. The prince comes marching forward. I say, what's going on up here? Ront is like, me coming! Hey, you guys! And he is going to bypass everybody and keep running forward and running forward and running forward, like moving people out of his way. He almost falls off the path when he passes by Chi-Chi. And he goes running forward. Oh, me smash! Oh, my foot! And then he stops.
Run!
Cabeza de pinga.
And Stool goes. Sam, it's your turn. Uh-oh, the shit's about to get serious. Susie just took off her pants.
Uh-oh.
And her bra. Uh-oh, uh-oh.
Still holding my action for my bow, and I'll wait till somebody reacts. So whoever the first one that attacks, that's my trigger.
Okay. Missed.
Got a stealthy over there. Do I need to re-roll?
Nope, you have not broken your stealth yet. So you are still...
I think everybody's pretty much distracted.
Yeah, everybody's distracted, so nobody notices you. Okay, so this Quaggoth understands that he has been stepping upon bad things, but Ront is right in front of him, so he is going to do all sorts of bad things. Now, since the Quaggoth is wounded, he actually gets Wounded Fury, his very, very special ability. He attacks, and hits Ront. And takes Ront's head clean off.
Oh.
Okay, which triggers Sam's action. Which, yep, Sam is able to shoot. He shoots and scores. Can somebody please roll me? This is for Ront. Somebody roll me a d20. I don't care. Whichever d20 I see fly out in chat first. All right. Torek rolls. Yep, Ront's dead. His orc ability to stand up and take a nice hit did not work.
So much for the cleric's ability.
Well, let me just double check here. Da-da-dum. Yep, Ront is dead. His head was taken clean off by that guy. So he will use half his movement to step onto Ront and use Ront's body as it falls over to attack Roos. And with his other claw, he will attack Roos. And hits. Dealing some heavy damage to Roos. Now, Roos, you can use your held action if you would like. Since you had a held action for when somebody would step up. This guy has stepped up.
I would like to use it.
Okay.
Nice.
Critical hits.
How about that?
That's a good hit. All right, give me some damage. Nice. You're like, bitch, sit down. All right, so the prince back here is like, and then we would go forward and we would do. And Eldeth is just not listening to him. Torek.
Cabeza de pinga.
Quick question. When we talked when I did character creation, you had mentioned something about my 2 war domain spells.
Mm-hmm.
I would not have those prepared though, correct?
Yes, those are always prepared for you. Your war domain spells are always prepared.
All right. I'm going to take a quick glance between Roos and Chi-Chi, and I want to make just a quick determination who has the most armor.
Chi-Chi has more armor.
Okay, then I am going to cast Shield of Faith on Roos.
Awesome. Very cool. Yes, for all intents and purposes, Chi-Chi will always have the highest armor. She is basically wearing plate mail and a shield all at the same time. She has a 19 armor class, buck naked.
Yep, y'all.
All right, how do I put this Shield of Faith on
Okay,
him?
so target Roos like you would like a bad guy. So control and left click on Roos.
Untarget the Quogoth.
Torek isn't targeting anybody.
I don't. He's using me. He keeps making me target people.
Ah.
So he's controlling my character.
Huh, that's weird. There, I targeted Roos for you. All right, now you'll see under your Shield of Faith, you will see that there is an effect with a little person button on the left-hand side of it. If you click on that,
That's right. I gotta click the magnifying glass. I forgot.
Yep. There you go. That is all on him now. He is good to go.
All right, now that was an action, and let's see. I will step back a little.
Okay.
If there is room. If there's not, then I'll just stay.
There is room next to Sam. So like right there, you could step to.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, as
Where
long
you
as
guys
Chi-Chi
going?
can get past us.
Chi-Chi would not be able to get past you there. She's going to be doing some fancy footwork, but she's a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, so she should be able to do something there. She could probably jump. We yet to know.
Or go off the wall.
Mm-hmm. All right, so you can go ahead and advance your turn, sir. And it's Eldeth's turn. Now, Eldeth is going to try to move up. But no, see, Eldeth can't because there's just too many people in her way. She's not able to do too much of anything. Stool is going to hold his action until Chi-Chi gets into combat with somebody. Katal, it is your turn.
All right. Since I'm small, am I able? I want to shimmy underneath Chi-Chi's legs again, and kind of pop out right in front of her.
Yep.
And super pissed Ron's gone. And as I round the corner, I see is just his headless body, and in my rage, I just go, I cast a magic missile.
Okay, that's perfectly fine. I'm good with that.
Quagoth number 4. 4 is the one that killed him, right?
4 is the one that killed him. Yes.
Yep.
All right, so we're gonna do missile. Let's see, that's 1, 2, 3.
Nice. Look at that damage.
3,
Holy
4,
shit.
5. And let's see, I'm gonna kind of creep back underneath Chi-Chi's legs.
Okay.
And go right back to where I was.
Excellent. That's absolutely fine. Roos, it is now your turn.
I'll continue stabbing this Quagoth.
Awesome. While you are stabbing him, give me a perception check in the tower. Since you're the only one close enough to be able to see.
It does not want to go in the tower. Hold on a sec.
That's okay. Take your time. This is not like a Delvers where I have a time limit for you guys to do stuff. So, okay, very good. You go ahead and make your attack rolls against the Quagoth, or your attack roll against the Quagoth. And while you're doing that, I'm going to whisper you a message on what you saw.
Nice hit.
What the what?
Nice. Natural 20.
That is
Shit,
your
that's the
second
second
one.
one.
Damn, in
In
a row.
Meow.
We found our new
That
tank.
laugh.
There you go. And that is the information that you have, sir.
Oh.
So does the Quagoth have a heart on?
Yes, the Quagoth has a heart on it. Yes. It's a big fuzzy one.
Where is Ron's body? Is it just in front of me?
It is underneath the Quaggoth who you just attacked. Because the Quaggoth is standing on him.
All right. The orc lives. Help him.
Awesome. Okay, you can go ahead and advance your turn. So Torek and Sam, the two of you heard that pretty easily. Mist, you heard that. Well, you have cat ears, so yeah, you definitely heard that as well. Chi-Chi,
I'm sorry, I didn't catch it. What was it?
Ront is living.
Ront is alive.
Yep.
Oh,
the orc
nice.
lives. Help him.
Yes.
Okay, so I got to do some fancy shit to get past these guys, huh?
Yes. Now, I will remind you, you do not know that the caltrops are there. Okay, so those 2 5-foot squares you do not know are caltrops.
Leapfrog me, Chi-Chi, leapfrog me.
Yes, you can roll an acrobatics check to do a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle flying leap thing over them.
Fuck yeah!
Okay.
Or
I'll
just
squat down.
You want it in the open?
Just jump on the wall and run across the wall.
You know
Just
what?
jump on my back.
Because this would be so much. You don't want her to jump on your back. She weighs 450 pounds.
She will crush you.
Bad
Crush you.
idea.
Crush you like bug. Go ahead, Susie. Go ahead and roll this bad boy out in the open. Roll this acrobatics check. Let's see how horribly you fail. Oh, she didn't. God damn it. All right, so you
You know
can
when
go
it
ahead
comes
and
to
you
checks,
run
she
and
does
jump.
good, but comes to checks, she rolls good. When it comes to fighting people, she rolls poorly.
Yeah, she's a great distraction.
Ever seen a turtle split? You have now.
Oh, God. All right, so what are you going to do? So you're going to go up over the top of them.
Yep.
All right, and?
Screech, base mi culo, and go after the Quaggoth.
All right, which one?
So
Target,
she
which
got
one
a
you want to
trip
do?
up the butt.
Number 4.
Number 4. Okay, so we got a flying turtle kick over the dwarf and the ASMR. Now she's going to roll a 1, land on her shell in the middle of the caltrops, and get a caltrop in her
What
mouth.
am I rolling? Acrobatics or attack?
No, you already made your acrobatics. Now make your attack roll. Oh my God, she hit.
Ooh.
All right, so go ahead and do your damage.
Susie's laugh. I love it.
Yeah. Okay, and make me a strength check. Just for me to see. All right. So she runs, jumps, kicks the Quaggoth in the side of the head, who now has learned the lesson of Ed Gruberman. And for those of you who do not know that little skit, go look it up. You too shall learn the lesson of Ed Gruberman. Boot to the head. All right, and she lands, and like she tries to push him off, but she can't, and she kind of bounces off and lands in front of the door. Her shell is rubbing against the door next to her.
That's okay.
Oh, Jesus. Susie, stop speaking Spanish. You're making my chat speak Spanish. Bese mi culo. Yeah.
Minga de fach.
Okay, so this Quaggoth, now understanding that there are pokey bits on the floor, stops his dance, stops doing his neutron dance, and moves forward, and he is going to attack Roos with 2 attacks. Miss. And a hit.
Te quiero sad.
I am so sorry, Roos. This is going to be coming in hard. Bam!
Remember, we're level 1.
Yeah. And the TPK has begun. All right, so Roos, you have flipped upside down. On your turn, you'll be able to start rolling death saves. Top of the new round, it is Chi-Chi!
Chi-Chi!
Kill that Quaggoth.
You want what?
I'm gonna cut.
You gonna what?
I'm gonna cut him.
You gonna cut him? I cut you. I say I cut you.
La cucaracha.
So you pull the razor out of your tongue.
Why did you call him a cockroach?
Because I can.
Okay. All right, go ahead. Just do it. Whatever you're doing, just do it. Oh my God, she hit again. What the? This is not
Wow.
Susie. Somebody has replaced my wife, and she killed something.
Nice.
She's a body snatcher.
That's right, bitches.
The only problem with push to talk is you can't do the golf clap.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so the Quaggoth is done with that one. Takes a little 5 foot, halfy step. Stands on top of Ron and his buddy's, body. Comes over and now will be attacking Chi-Chi with 2 attacks, 2 claws. Ah, miss. Ah, miss. Damn it.
That
Sam.
AC though.
hmm That's awesome AC for level 1.
It's awesome AC for any level.
But the thing is, that is her AC period. It will only improve when her dexterity and or wisdom improves.
Yep.
All right, Sam. Roos is down.
Oh.
Ront is down.
I'm visible.
You're a nipple on a wall.
Well, I'm not invisible anymore.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, because you the nipple shot out and struck a Quaggoth. Yes.
I don't have any way to get Roos or Ront up, so I guess I'm just going to shoot the Quaggoth.
No, you won't. You almost squeezed so hard that you almost shot Roos, who's laying on the ground.
Thanks. Excuse me, Tarek. And move along the wall back here.
As a reminder, ladies and gentlemen who are out there in chat land, you cannot heal a person who is laying on the ground unconscious while they're making death saves unless they've been stabilized first. So don't waste your points yet. All right, and Sam moves his way back.
And I will end my turn there.
Roos, please roll me a death save at the bottom of your character sheet. Yep, you only have to click on it once. Holy Jesus Christ!
Take that.
Did you?
No,
No,
he's
look at
up.
this. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
He rolled two
Roos
20s,
rolled
4 20s in a row.
2 20s in a row for attack rolls. Now he rolled 2 20s for death saves. What the
Can you have roll
heck?
2 more?
I call inspiration on that.
I call GM Dice Mod. He's hacked.
Hacksaws. All right, so Roos, you are conscious, laying on the ground. So you're currently prone.
Oh, I'd like to stand up.
Okay, that'll be half your movement.
How is this Quaggoth looking? He's looking wounded.
He is.
So are you.
So are you. Yes.
Yes, I am. I'm going to touch myself.
Yes.
Woohoo!
Real quick, is my spell still active on him?
Yes, because it's based on your concentration, not on his.
Okay, good.
Awesome. You lay on hands for 5 on yourself.
And that's it.
All right.
Awesome. All right, Katal.
Coming forward here, and I'm just going to see if I can get a bead on Quaggoth number 5. There we go.
Yep.
And cool. All right, I'm going to go ahead and cast Firebolt.
Roll a 1. Roll a 1. Damn it! You hit him.
All right, that's better than nothing, I guess.
Awesome.
And I'm going to stay back here behind all the big guys.
Okay. All right. The prince is still going on a soliloquy. Missed.
All right. Because he is engaged with with Chi-Chi and Roos, I'm assuming that if I shoot him in the back with a crossbow, I get sneak attack.
You will have sneak attack, and because you're hidden and he does not know you're there, you will have advantage on this as well.
Oh, I like all that. So that's what I'm going to do.
Awesome. Please roll a 20 so that way you're distracted. that was almost a dropped 1 in there. That was kind of funny. Okay, so you hit.
I control shift drop the sneak attack on him, right?
No, you
Click sneak attack. Click
let
the
me see.
effect. That's it.
Yeah, just click on the effect for yourself. Yep, because that will go for you. Ooh, and chat just bought a heal for Roos. So Roos will
Thank you,
be
chat.
fully healed.
Kudos to chat. Kudos to chat.
Look at Fate likes somebody.
Oh, she didn't curse somebody this time. She healed them.
Yeah, she healed Roos. That was awesome.
She's protecting her ball of yarn investment.
Yes.
I'm
Yes.
gonna back up a bit, and that'll be
You
my
back
turn.
up a little bit? Okay. You back up to the top of the stairs over here. All right, so Eldath is trying to get up there. Once again, there's just too much shit in her way. She really can't do too much. Gotta love having a little area like this. All right, now, Stool finally is in. Ooh, thank you, FGC, for all those. And FGC, since you gave us 200 bits and cheers, do you want that to be an effect on anybody? Because you're welcome to make that an effect. Okay, so Stool on Chi-Chi's shoulder reaches out and attempts to punch the Quaggoth with his little penis hand. It basically just wiggles in his face.
Mushroom stamp.
Yep, little mushroom stamp. Pop! Hobknocked him. Which, by the way, that is actually the correct term for it, is hobknocking. Hobknocking is when you take out your penis and slap somebody in the forehead. That is actually a term. Okay, Torek.
When you do it with your testicles.
That's called teabagging.
All right, I cast Spare the Dying on our orc friend.
Okay, so he is now stabilized.
And that is my action.
Awesome. Awesome.
I guess I shoot him again, but I'm not stealth, so I don't have advantage. I can just do regular attack. Yeah.
Yep.
You do not have advantage on this, so. Ooh, okay. Thank you, FGC. You do not have advantage, but I will. If you do hit, you will have your sneak attack bonus because it is going on over there. Torek, a real quick question for you. Do you have bless?
Well, not prepared. So.
That's fine. I just needed to know if you had the effect on your character sheet.
No,
Nope.
I don't.
Okay. All right, because FGC, Layron from the Fantasy Grounds College, just cheered bits, and he is using his bits to give Chi-Chi a bless.
Okay, let me go ahead and add that and dump it on her.
Thank you very much. All right, so the prince will do nothing. And Fantasy Grounds College, once again, decides to cheer some more. He is welcome to go ahead and tell me another thing he wants to do. As the Quaggoth is now really pissed off at Chi-Chi and will attack Chi-Chi twice. Hits Chi-Chi. This is going to hurt.
Holy shit, he actually hit me?
Yes, he did.
What the fuck?
Bless, does that doesn't add anything to the armor class, correct? No.
Nope. Just a D4 to the attack and.
Okay. Oh no! Chi-Chi got flipped.
Yeah, keep in mind we are first level.
I know.
This shit should not happen.
All right, so Chi-Chi got smacked. Torek, you're gonna get the other one. Torek is hit. Torek failed his concentration check on minimum damage from the Quaggoth, and Roos no longer has the Shield of Faith. Katal.
All right. So seeing the meat shields go down, he's getting really flipping nervous. He's gonna kind of pop up and cast magic missile at the last guy. He needs to do some good damage. So here we go. Points of finger guns it. Points right at the last Quaggoth. And 1, 2, 3.
Hey. And you kind of do the finger gun thing that, the cheesy 70s finger gun and shoot a bunch of magic missiles into his face.
Chi-Chi, you now have bless active on you.
Awesome. That helps. Now, Torek Fantasy Grounds College cheered more bits, and you have advantage all this round on anything you want to do.
Yay! Oh,
I think-
it's my turn. Okay.
Yes.
So you have advantage
okay.
on healing Chi-Chi.
Sorry, I was adding bless, and I was a little distracted from what's been happening in game.
Not a problem. Not a problem. So it is your turn. Chi-Chi is laying down on the ground, got a nasty slash. You got smacked by the Quaggoth, and your Shield of Faith came off of Roos because you failed your concentration check. So currently, Chi-Chi is laying on the ground unconscious. And you've already saved Ront, who is, you spared the dying, the orc. So he is pleasantly slumbering on the ground.
Okay. Yep. So I'm gonna have to heal up Chi-Chi. I need to get her back up. So I'm gonna use my action to heal her. I don't have a healing kit though, so
That's fine
Are
if you
we
don't have a
gonna
healing
say
kit. You can go
anything?
ahead and roll your medicine check. And
Okay.
as long as you make a DC 10, you have stabilized her.
But I also
Got
have
advantage.
advantage, right?
Yeah, but you have advantage on that, correct?
Okay, I'm definitely gonna use advantage on that.
We got a buff and shine Chi-Chi shell after this battle. That's from chat. Wow, FGC is just cheering left, right, and center right now. He's making sure that people are going to get some major shit going on. Awesome, a 23. You know what? With a 23, what is your wisdom? Your wisdom is a +2. Roll me a D4 +2.
You stitched her up really well with whatever you found on the ground.
Yeah, you rub some dirt in it.
That's
he
what
had,
works.
He had
Yes,
turtle wax.
It was turtle wax. All right, and you will heal Chi-Chi back 6 points. So she is
Nice.
now conscious and at only 3 wounds, but she is currently prone.
That's okay.
That's okay. Chi-Chi no care. Chi-Chi okay. Eldeth still can't get far enough forward to do shit. Chi-Chi, you are prone.
I'm gonna stand up
You stand up.
and I'm gonna cut him.
I cut a bitch. All right, hold on, Susie.
thank you,
Wait a second,
FTC,
Susie.
for
Let
the
me take the
advantage.
prone off you first.
Okay, yep. Take prone off me. Let's try that again.
Okay, let's try that again. Pow!
And again. What the fuck?
Wow, that's
You're back to your normal rolls.
Yep, she is back to her rolls. Do you want to use one of your points of inspiration to possibly re-roll one of those?
Yeah.
Do you have any points of inspiration?
No, I don't.
No,
I
you
will
do
give
not.
her
Well,
one.
wait. We all started off with 2 points.
Yep, she used
but
a
she
lot
used them
last turn
last.
or last
Oh,
game
okay,
session.
gotcha.
I have 3. I will give Chi-Chi 1, and I go Chi-Chi, go, go Chi-Chi, go.
Hey, you know what? I called earlier that Super Ninja
fuck
move
this,
should
I'm
have
out.
given her advantage anyway.
It
Inspiration.
should have. Yeah, it should have. But I'm really
Chi-chi,
stingy.
bang,
Fuck that.
Yeah,
She's done.
yeah. She's done. She's done. She's like, yeah, I'm not doing this anymore.
Nope, I'm not doing this anymore. Fuck this shit. I just rolled. Apparently I can't roll higher than a 3.
Well, you were just knocked down, so you got back up again.
You're dazed.
You're
It's a
Chumbawamba.
concussion.
All right, Sam, your turn.
I'm going to move through Eldeth and towards that door.
Okay. So you move over towards the door. All right. Come on, Sam. Use that key. Use the key.
That's exactly what I was going to do. Sleight of hand, use the key.
Yes.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Yes. Roll percentile dice.
How do you say fuck me in Spanish? Not in a good way.
Well, I'm doing sleight of hand so they don't see me doing it.
Well, that's fine. That's fine. Give
And what's
Tebow
this?
advantage. All right. So Tebow, roll your sleight of hand again. I'll take the higher of the two. Fantasy Grounds College has got you advantage. Ooh, okay, so you are like super sneaky about this whole thing. I'm actually going to move you off Eldeth. Oh. All right, it unlocks.
And I creak it open and look in.
And what you see is an empty room. It's actually the chapel. It's a shrine to Loth, and it is currently empty.
All right, I close the door and don't say anything.
Okay. All right. Well, you did see a number of things in there. I mean, like treasury style things.
Yeah, I know. I'm just not telling the party yet.
Gotcha. All right, Roos, it is your turn.
I think I'm due to like roll a 0 on this, but I'm gonna stab the Quaggoth.
If you roll another 20, I'm gonna uninstall your Fantasy Grounds. I swear to God. Hey,
There we go.
You stepped on the caltrop.
Still a little woozy from blood loss, but that'll do me.
Okay, so apparently, Susie Q, the thing you're asking for is called Jodame.
Woohoo!
Okay, so stool.
Hodame.
Hodame. Whatever. Stool will reach out and punch the Quaggoth. I'm looking to
Let's
see
see
if
him roll a 20.
I would laugh my ass off. No, he doesn't. All right, Prince says nothing back there. He's just going on and on and on. Hello, good sir. What are you doing over here? I see you over here. What are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, is it secret? Are we incognito now? Okay, I see. Very good. Carry on. All right, Roos.
All right, let's keep trying.
Thank you. Oh, he's been cursed. He was knocked down. That's what it was. He was knocked unconscious, and that knocked all the 20s out of him. All right, Torek.
All right, is there anyone that's currently down?
The only person who is currently not healed is Runt. But that's okay, because he's underneath a Quaggoth body who has another Quaggoth standing on top of it. You're right. I do know all about hoes, chat. I do.
Might be
We call them
suffocating.
players.
Okay, then I'm just gonna cast Sacred Flame on the Quaggoth.
Awesome.
Burn, you unholy fiend.
Oh, it succeeds. You do no damage. This Quaggoth will not die. It is the one. It's the Neo of Quaggoths. All right, so Mist, it is your turn.
Crossbow.
That's a hit.
At least
You will
somebody
have
can
sneak
hit.
attack. Nice. Thank you, Prince Charming Jr., for the follow. All right, Sam, it is your turn.
All right, I'm opening the door and going into the room and
Is
closing
Prince
the door.
Charming any relation to Prince Denendril?
Probably not. And you close the door?
Yeah.
So you're not going to let Darren come inside with you?
Nope.
All right. Now, Chi-Chi. Okay, that's a good hit. Chi-Chi, while after you're done with your attacks, please make me a perception check. This will be a freebie. That one's a miss. Excellent. Thank you so very, very much. Eldeth can't do a damn thing. She's still kind of in a spot where she really can't move forward without shoving Katal off the off the little platform. Katal, it is your turn.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and cast Firebolt at the Quaggoth.
Okay. That's a hit. Nice. All right, so the Quaggoth, who is not dead yet, is remarkable. All righty. I want Chi-Chi and Roos and Torek, the three of you, to please roll me a d20 each out in the open. I'm taking whoever has highest, which is Chi-Chi. Chi-Chi will be the focus of these attacks. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Fantasy Grounds College, what are you doing? Who are you helping? Or hindering? There's a hit on Chi-Chi. Uh-oh. Chi-Chi is just knocked unconscious. I can't believe he's hitting you guys. That's actually kind of cool. All right, Torek and Roos, roll me another d20 each. I'll take the highest. That person will take the second hit. Roos.
Oh, you got two. Our two tanks are down again.
No, the crits
no.
come back.
Oh, no. There's a lot of dice about ready to be thrown, and I apologize. What is your maximum hit points, sir?
12. You need if you roll 24, he's instantly dead.
Yes, if I roll 24 on this, off of 66 plus 3.
I'm personally dead.
Oh boy.
Yep.
24
Exactly.
on the nose. Don't go anywhere because the chat may fuck with you. Oh, ooh, a bless on Torek. Torek, add a bless to yourself as well. That's by Fantasy Grounds College.
Thank you.
Stool is upset. Stool is very, very upset. And Stool will have advantage on this. Stool hits the Quaggoth.
Partially resisted.
Eldeth.
Finally can move up.
Ooh. I'm watching something here. All right, so Fate just redeemed Surge. Ooh. She will move forward up past Catal and try not to knock his ass off. Targets the Quaggoth. Misses. And then fires a second time. Misses. Stool, in his desperation, misses. Roos, death save number 1.
I'm just dead.
Oh, no, that's right. You are dead. Never mind. All right, Catal.
All right, firebolt again. Trying to get it off before they heal the Quaggoth. And that hits.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Burns his hair off.
Nice.
Yes.
It's dead.
Whew, goodness.
Yeah. Very good. Very good. All right.
I hope
Fate,
it's blue
you are
face black
such a
now.
jerk. I love you, Fate, but you are such a jerk.
What did she do? Curse somebody again?
No, she bought a Wild Surge.
That was a wild surge.
Wow. Okay. So this is the way it goes. Everybody gets regeneration 5 for the next minute. That includes Roos. So Roos is regenerated. Everybody will be brought back to 0 wounds at the end of this combat because that was the last creature. So let me go back through. You know what? We'll just do this. We'll clear the initiatives, and I'll give everybody a long rest because that was what the surge will do at this point since it is the end. Give them a scroll of resurrection. Ooh. All right, I'll do that too.
Nice to get my spell slots back.
Yep, everybody gets their spell slots back who have them. I will put a scroll of resurrection in the party sheet here in a moment.
Thank you, Seth.
And that is by Fantasy Grounds College. Layron over at Fantasy Grounds College purchased you guys a scroll of resurrection, which as I said, you know what? I'll do it right now.
Thanks again, Lyron.
I think Fantasy Grounds College turned the tide of the battle.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
They have.
That would have been. That's why I hid in the room.
But because Fate bought a Wild Surge, and the Wild Surge was everybody got healed 5 hit points a turn for a minute, that regeneration actually brought Roos back to life. So the Scroll of Resurrection is actually just going to sit in the party sheet until you guys need it in the future.
Sweet.
Because we're going to need it in the future.
Because you're probably going to need it in the future.
In about 5
And
minutes.
since it is 11:05, it is time to end. And what we'll do is I will give you guys your experience points. And let's see here. Let's give you some awards. We are going to give you guys this much. Blammo! There you go. That is what you got. You guys are all at 200 out of 300. So one more game session, you guys should be leveling. Congratulations.
Woo!
We're alive.
Yes, you are currently alive. And Sam, I will give you that stuff here in a moment. I think I can just drag and drop this directly on you.
That's fine.
Tell me if this comes up for you. Did that pop up for you?
So Fate got hit with a magic surge because her
Nothing
Twitch
to do
froze.
with
And she'll be really annoyed to realize that she actually healed the party.
Yeah, okay, so
turned into
Fate,
regeneration.
you just successfully helped the entire party by your magic surge ended up giving them all regeneration 5, which means 5 points per turn for a minute. So you actually took the person who actually died and brought him back to life. You basically gave everybody a long rest. So that did not go for you, did it, TiVo?
Nope.
All right, then I'll just drag the stuff into your inventory. There you go. It's in your inventory now.
Okay. Oh, I know what you gave me. Okay.
Yep, that's what you had whispered me earlier, so that's what I gave you. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, as we complete today's action, let me flip the characters back over. Alrighty, as we complete today's action, the players have been able to escape from their bonds and from their cell. They've gotten into a couple of battles. The Priestess of Loth is not in her temple, and they killed the Quagoth guards that were guarding the lift to go down. Other than that, they also healed Ront, so Ront is actually successfully alive. And
back
Fairy
on the
Fate
board.
is now table flipping because she saved you instead of killing all of you. She's very upset by that. But that is where we currently are. You guys are actually in a pretty good spot at the moment.
Prince Darendor is standing at the priestess's door talking to it.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. He is giving. By Jove, what are you doing in there? Pardon me. Is that the bathroom? You know, that kind of stuff. So that is where we are going to end today. So ladies and gentlemen, for myself, for Susie Q, for everybody here at GeoQuester Gaming, thank you so very much for coming by. If you would like to play on my table, I have 2 slots open in tomorrow's Tomb of Annihilation session number 1. So please get in touch with me on Discord. That starts at 3 p.m. Eastern and goes till roughly 6 or 7 p.m. Eastern. It has a different beginning than what you guys are going to be used to watching, because everybody and their brother is playing Tomb of Annihilation. So I decided to kind of play a little bit with the beginning, and we have kind of a surreal, awesome beginning. As everybody knows, these patron games, the 4 patron games that are played every other week, have been interesting. The players have almost died in every single one of them. Tomorrow's game, they start off almost dead and have to come back from it. So if you want to know what the hell I'm talking about, definitely be sure to come by at 3 o'clock tomorrow. Also, if you want to play test The Grim and the Wicked, definitely get in touch with me. The playtest information is right here. There we go. The playtest information is right there. If you're willing to sign a non-disclosure agreement and play it away from streams and not record it or do any of the rest of that stuff, then definitely be sure to check it out. If you want to join us over here in Discord. And otherwise, we will be back on Sunday, maybe, with our module of the week. So we shall see you all then. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, chat.
Bye, chat.
Later, all. Thanks for showing up in chat.
Thank you. Have a great time. Isn't that the thing they said at the end of David Letterman?
Have fun storming the castle? No, that's a different movie.
She's not a witch. She's my wife.